Let's dive into all of this right now. And welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show. Right here, baby, at 6 Scale Cantina. Are you kidding me? I am just pumped up. And I really just don't know why, baby, except for the fact that I woke up earlier this week and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Because it was like September 14th or September 15th. And I was like, the Book of Boba Fett, baby. That thing's coming up in December. Can you guys smell it? Can you feel it in the air? Look, the hype for the Book of Boba Fett. How many of you are looking forward to see that trailer, baby? I am absolutely crazy for this. I am so hot right now. I cannot even I can't even feel myself. Look. I've got it, baby. I've got the coffee on. I've got the pots ready. They're already emptying out. I got regular. I got decaf. I got the spotchka right here. I got it right here, my friends. And I got wizard juice. And I got the egg juice, baby. Look, I am just so excited because we are getting into Star Wars season because the Book of Boba Fett is coming up. The Disney marketing machine is about to go out on control. It's about to go out of control. It's about to go haywire, baby. Oh, my goodness. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah, you see what I want to talk about there in just a little bit. And don't worry, this is live and raw. This is live and raw, my friends. So I got a full panel that's going to come in live and raw. And live and raw usually doesn't have any guests, sometimes one. But I'm going to have a whole slew of them in here today that are going to be coming, baby. Let me say hi to some of you here before some of the guests come in. Already 45 watching. The collector is in the house. Wonder what the secret ingredients for wizard juice is. You have to wonder, baby. But listen, I'll pour you some. What table you at, the collector? Max's Geekdom is in the house. And so is its Popsic. Let me get some water on table 5. Listen, Popsic, you don't want any of this, baby? This is live and raw. How about Popsic? That Jawa, some Jawa egg juice, baby. Look, this is special. You have to wonder. Welcome, it's Popsic in the house. Be real, live and raw, baby. Yep, you're not kidding. Welcome, Be Real. Single songwriter in the house. Table 66. Listen, is that where... Do you have Palps with you? Does maybe Palps has like direct line? Does he have like a direct line to the Hot Toys Wizard? You have to wonder. We got 51 in here. Look, I'm gonna let some of these folks in while I'm going ahead and saying hi here. Look who just joined up. The man of hot collectibles, Dante.
What's up, Aries? My friend, how you doing, Aries? Anthony, everyone in the chat, good evening. We're here.
Oh, hey, I'm in. I'm sorry. How you guys doing?
What's going on? Listen, I was so busy doing my intro, I didn't see you guys sitting there. We still got to say hi to everybody in here. But what's going on, boys? Listen, this ain't your typical live show. This is live and raw. And guess what? In case you two didn't know, and in case nobody in the chat knows, I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'll be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk. And listen, I got the coffee ready for you, baby. I got regular. I got decaf. I got Fennec Spotchka. I've got the wizard juice, baby. I've got, listen, the Jawa egg juice. Do you like that, Dante? I can give you some, whatever table you're at. Oh, I guess you're at my table.
Anything is more than welcome, man. Anything is more than welcome.
I'm going to go ahead, gentlemen. I'm going to say hi to a lot of people in here. I see your super chats. Philly Sports Talk Lane. I'm going to get to it in just a minute. Let me go ahead and bring some of these people up. The Hatalorian. I could bring in the Wizard warm, or I could bring him in cold. Yeah, I get it. I love the Mandalorian, baby. That has put Star Wars back on the map. Chef DJ, hit the like button. Look, yeah, already start. 58 in here, a special Friday episode. We're starting early because this is live and raw, and I am pumped up, and I already said why. And if you guys saw my episode earlier this week, I just hit me that the Book of Boba Fett is around the corner. Single songwriter in the house. What is going on? Single songwriter, Slim Rummy. See if I can run through these real quick. Punisher XS just tuned in. Lane Kramer is here. I know I got to put up your super chat. Look, I can't put you all up. I can't put everybody up in here, but hello and welcome to Aries is live and raw on Dante and my regular Friday night live show. But I already told Dante that we're going to go a little bit off on this. Look, Philly Sports Talk. They want to get right into it, boys. 6 Scale Mafia. Dante, Philly Sports Talk with the $5 super chat. When will Hot Toys announce the C-3PO? Look, let me tell you something, Philly Sports Talk. You're not even letting me get into. Dante knows I have everything bookmarked like a PowerPoint. I'm ready to just go into this by sequence. But you know what? It's live and raw, and we can do that. Philly Sports Talk, what table are you at? Because I want to go ahead and pour you a tall, cool one, because that is a question that is right up my alley. Dante, go first. Answer Philly Sports Talk question, please. I am dying to hear the response.
Well, it is kind of funny. I don't want to say anything because apparently I've been wrong for the past few predictions for the figures. I guess my source either was drunk or they just got nuts. But anyway, I mean,
you're right more than wrong. Come on, I mean, you were kind of just it was just a little bit of a curveball, you know.
It's
sometimes
a curveball.
The Hot Toys Wizard does that.
It's a curveball. But I mean, people need to understand that this is something that whatever we share is what we were told, right? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, because remember, it's not up to us, right? It's Hot Toys who decides what to release, whatever. That being said, that doesn't mean that it won't happen, though. That's another thing, right? It gets delayed, but doesn't mean that it won't happen. Now, as far as C-3PO, I actually have a good feeling about this, man. I don't know if it's just that, because every time that I come to Aries channel, I feel like so much energy, man. Like, I feel like, you know what? I'm just going to start predicting stuff.
Listen, go ahead. Listen, before you predict, let me go ahead and pour you some of this egg juice. Look, Dante, this has got to be coming out. And now,
I think December. I just said it.
When did you say?
December. I have a feeling that it's going to be something in December around the Book of Boba Fett. I have a feeling that
I'm gonna spill this coffee, baby. Are you kidding? I actually did just spill it on my feet. Oh my goodness gracious. 6 Scale Mafia. And listen, if you don't know about 6 Scale Mafia, I met him on Dante's show last week. What a great guy. What a great channel. I've subscribed to him. You should all subscribe to this guy. Why? Because he has a really good vibe, and we're all about good vibes within this community, the Star Wars Hot Toys. Look, Dante just said he's given us a prediction. December for C-3PO. 6 Scale Mafia, is it possible? What say you?
I not only is it possible, I think we're gonna. Don't take my word for it. This is just an opinion. I think we're gonna get a 3PO and I think we're gonna get a Grievous next year.
Ooh.
I really think so. I really think so.
He came with a knife, man.
I think I got to. Maybe I don't want to spill coffee on my other foot.
That's
maybe I need some. I'm going to hold the spotchka. Maybe I need a little bit of this Jawa juice.
Hey,
Baby.
you know,
Are you kidding me? Six-scale mafia calling the Grievous before the end of the year.
Calling it. Yeah.
All right. Listen. Tell me a little bit. Expand a little bit, baby, on why you actually feel that. What is giving you that impression? Is it just a gut feeling, or are you putting some breadcrumbs together that are making you think this is going to happen, my friend?
I think it's a little bit of both, to tell you the honest truth. I think the dissatisfaction is very overt in the world of collecting, and Hot Toys knows this. And I think, provided like we spoke before about, if licensing issues permitted, Hot Toys has to capitalize on this. Hands down, because people are going to pick it up. I mean, can you imagine if like tonight they show a figure reveal, 18 pictures of a General Grievous Hot Toys, die cast, ratcheted, like everything's just, I mean, that's going to sell. That's going to absolutely sell.
Listen, there's an old song by Carly Simon that goes, anticipation. And I could go on, baby. Look, it's like Heinz ketchup, baby. I think I got to start bringing some Heinz ketchup to 6-scale Cantina, because Brother Cousins is in the house. And here's another guy. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, how you guys doing today? Thank you for having me. What's up, guys?
Are you kidding me? You got like a vibe that's off the chart. So let me ask you a question.
Absolutely.
Dante thinks C-3PO is coming out this year. 6-scale Mafia thinks C-3PO is coming out this year, answering Philly Sports Talk Super Chat. I think C-3PO is going to be officially announced this year. Is it possible, Brother Cousins, that this is really not just wishful thinking, that this would be a strategic move by Hot Toys? Look, everybody knows Anthony Daniels, C-3PO, is going to show up in probably every show there is. It almost makes sense to me. Just put him out now and get it over with, baby.
Yeah. This year, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna come out this year. I would say it's probably next year, maybe. I think we'll see him probably around the Obi-Wan show. I don't know. I don't know if we'll see him, come out during the Mandalorian or anytime soon. Sorry.
You went Ebenezer on us for the holiday season.
Sorry.
No,
listen, I tell you what, though, I would be fine with that if the 6-scale Mafia is right and they drop a Grievous this year. Look, I actually think that they will, because of that whole mess up with Sideshow, and I don't necessarily want to get into all of that, but the time is now. And look, I've seen some other things. I've heard all the different things. There is a way that they can do this where it can be affordable. What say you on this? I could see this for the end of the year, baby. That goes to you, Brother Cousins, unless you're frozen. Listen, you're so mesmerized thinking of Grievous. I already know your answer, but go ahead.
I see Grievous definitely coming out. I can see us getting a Grievous pretty soon. I mean, the disappointment of the Sideshow one was just ridiculous. I mean,
oh my God,
the loose joints, all of that, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
And I think it's good. It's a whole lot of ugh.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me Hot Toys Brother Cousins hasn't seen this.
Oh no, they definitely have. They're definitely going to capitalize off that.
Dante, Grievous, tell me. Talk to me more about 3PO or Grievous. You're going to score it a 6?
That was Grievous.
That is where you scored Grievous. What do you think you'd score the Hot Toys Grievous, baby? What score you think you'd give that?
Okay, first of all, welcome, my friend Julian. Welcome, Brother Cousins in the house.
In the house. KG.
What's up, guys?
Now listen, Dante, before you continue, just letting you know, Popsic and everyone else that put in Lane Kramer, your super chats are coming. We're just on 3PO, baby. This was like the magic super chat. Go ahead, Dante. Finish it up.
All right, so a couple things. Well, everyone knows about the Grievous, Sideshow Grievous, right? I'm still. I have the figure actually in the box. I put it back in the box. I'm waiting for the joints so I can do the replacement and show it to you guys the difference right between the good one and the bad one and see if there is actually an improvement. I'm gonna stick with my score. I give it a 6. I think if you don't touch it, it's a great figure, right? If you just look at it without even touching anything, perfect. As soon as you touch it, then the hell starts, right?
Oh, man.
It's like that old car I couldn't go over 20 miles an hour way back.
I know.
I will say that my friend Shane, he got his replacement parts.
Oh, did he?
Oh, did he that quick?
Yeah, and
Wow.
he showed me. I should have just recorded it.
Oh shoot!
But
Wow, that was
he
fast.
showed me, and he was like, "Wow, it's like holding up." I'm like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "This might
Really?
actually work." So, I mean, all things considered, at least there's that coming for everybody. But I mean, come on, Hot Toys will still blow it out of the park. But I'm glad they're at least admitting and they're sending things out. It's just kind of unnecessary. That should have never happened.
Right.
Hey, listen, we got KG in the house. Welcome,
Hey,
KG. What's going on, my friend?
Nothing much, man. I've been really busy. I've been really absent from the channel due to school. But I have some free time over the weekend, so I'm glad I'm coming back. And also, Six Cal Mafia. I just saw your Venom, review, and it's great. It's a great.
Oh,
figure.
hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
I just subscribed
Yeah,
to your channel. It's a great channel, by the way, man.
I appreciate it. There's a lot more coming, but I appreciate it very much.
And I have no idea why your guys' names are not under your faces. I don't know what I did in here, but maybe if I go to a different screen, who knows?
On the
Maybe,
on the right,
It's probably
maybe
because
there's the option to.
Yeah.
Where's the option? I don't even know where it is.
Well, I can't see it, but there's these buttons there on the right, and in one
No,
of
I'll
those,
figure it out.
in branding, I think, or something, there's a title. Thing.
Usually, when you show a comment, the name goes. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, that maybe too.
Oh, maybe that's what it is, guys. Maybe that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to look. Now that we got KG in the house, let us get to Lane Kramer's super chat. Never going to get to Pop Six and everybody else's super chat that is on here as well, along with comments. By the way, welcome everybody who is watching. Aries is live and raw. We've got 91 in here already, baby. And look, this is a special Friday night episode because I usually don't have any guests with live and raw. Sometimes maybe one. But look, I'm just feeling it this week. And I spoke to the man of Hot Collectibles about it. And it just felt right because the Book of Boba Fett, and baby, we're going to get into it because I'm going to blow your mind tonight with some of the stuff that I'm going to show to you out there today. But Lane Kramer asks, and we'll go to KG first. So, Aries, for this fall, what would you say your top 5 Hot Toys for Star Wars you are excited for that should make it to U.S. shores by end of December? All right, well, let me tell you something. We're going to go to KG with that first. Go ahead, KG.
Well, first is Captain Rex. I just need Captain Rex in my collection. I would say Ahsoka. I don't have her on pre-order, but I have to find some ways to get her too. Okay, those are 2 now. 3. That's a tough one. Maybe
It's tough,
Anakin,
isn't it?
I think Anakin. I heard Anakin was coming pretty soon, according to some sources from Dante. And let's see, another one. Man, this is pretty hard. I gotta be honest, this is really hard. I can't. What other figures are coming out this year?
Well, even when you said those 2, my friend, I mean, it's like they have to I think they're going to get to US 2 by the end of the year, but they're going to have to get released over the next few weeks for that to happen. But I think it's going to. But it is hard.
I don't know
you
if
said
guys,
Ahsoka and Rex.
Right, and I don't know if you guys saw. There was a leaked shipment a couple of days ago on one of the Facebook groups. But what's it called? The Death Watch Mando.
Yeah, Death Watch.
Is
Yeah.
coming pretty soon to Sideshow,
wow.
and I was in shock that was the case because it didn't show any photos or final products. I guess Death Watch Mando will be one of them. I actually really like the Death Watch Mando, and one more if I can think of one more. I don't know. Oh, Armor. There you go. That's one of them.
Armor. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Armor. I think that's certainly going to get to US. Dante, let's go to you because I know you do a lot of these reviews, baby, and you get them really, really early. It's one of the first channels I go to What do you think?
Right. Okay. So right now, obviously, Ahsoka from Civil War. Civil War. I don't know why I said Civil War. Clone Wars. Ahsoka. Then Captain Rex. I guess Anakin from Clone Wars. The Death Watch is one of them as well. But a few figures that are gonna come this year before then, the before ending of Q4 is gonna be that's what I was told. Transport Trooper, Offshore Trooper, and what was the other one? I think the Commander, the one with the yellow Trooper. You know, I
Yeah,
think
the
it's
artillery.
Commander
The
or
artillery trooper? Or,
no. It's like the Stormtrooper,
just
but
the
painted
just
in
the
yellow,
captain or
like the Monster
regular
Trooper.
stormtrooper. Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's what I was told, because those are easy to make, right? That you don't
No
need a
head
head
sculpts.
sculpt. It's just
Yeah.
helmet and that's it. You know. Oh, look who's here,
Fabio.
Fabio.
Well, listen,
Fabio.
Fabio's in the cantina. And you usually get like 30 of each figure, right? So, like, which ones do you think we're going to get to the U.S. looking at this super chat? I'll read it. So, Aries, for this fall, what would you say your top 5 Hot Toys to Star Wars you are excited for that should make it to the U.S. shore? So, even if we're off and it's not going to make it till January, February, what 5 are you thinking?
5. Let's see.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It is.
I can tell you mine real quick. I could tell you it's Ahsoka and Rex and Maul and the frickin' Anakin for sure. My goodness gracious, because I think that's going to come out really, really quick. And the other one that they're going to shock us with is Jango. But go ahead. It's my 5. Because of the Book of Boba Fett, but we'll get into that.
So these are figures coming out this year, by the end of the year, correct?
Yeah.
Well, definitely.
For what we're thinking, yeah.
I think they'll get final production. I think they'll make it to US though.
Yeah, no, I would like to see, definitely Ahsoka. Rex, obviously. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna. I mean, it's definitely happening next year, but I want that Luke so badly. I just, I know it's not going to be anytime soon. I don't think, at least, but definitely would like that Luke. Let me see. Can we hope for some last minute announcements?
Why the heck not, man? Because I think some are going to happen, baby.
Yeah, no. You mentioned Anakin. I have a feel. I mean, I feel like they should at least reissue a non dark side Anakin. I feel like he came out before the what do you call it, the evil version, and I feel like a lot of people would like him back. So I would like another one of those if they decided to make that. But I think that's what, 3. I'm trying.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely Ahsoka, Rex. We have trying to see.
You got some of those stormtroopers that are going to come out. Dante, you mentioned some of them. Stormtrooper Commander. What is that? The artillery trooper, the other one? I think that one's coming out.
Right. I just have a quick question for the panel, though. Since the Book of Boba Fett is coming on December, right? December this year?
Yep.
Do you think, and I'm going to use Aries' favorite phrase, is it possible that we might see maybe like an early release? I'm not saying the end of this year, but maybe very early next year. The Boba Fett Deluxe version, the 2-pack.
Oh man, listen.
I think so.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
I am surprised there hasn't been a trailer yet for that show yet.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right, so Dante, hold that thought because we're gonna get into it, okay? And then we're gonna go right back to you with that. Let's go ahead and pour Popsick. Popsick, you ready? Are you on table 5 or did you switch your table, baby? I'm gonna pour it for you, or maybe you just want water. We're out of water. Someone, can you get some water? It's coming, my friend. Listen, Cal Kestis, video game characters, Darth Revan. Are you kidding me? Oh, brother cousins. KG, what do you both think on this? I mean, I absolutely believe, look, Star Wars is getting hot. You're going to get a Darth Revan. You're going to get a Cal Kestis. You're going to get a lot of the stuff that they put out with Marvel. A lot of these novelty stuff like Venomized and this and that. They just came out with, but just what do you think? Which one do you want to go first? Just chime in, baby.
Cal Kestis, all the way. I see him coming with the popularity from the game,
God.
and I think some people before Luke was revealed in Mandalorian, I think a lot of people thought that Jedi that was going to be coming to rescue Grogu was going to be Cal Kestis. Just shows you how big his popularity is. So I'm surprised that they haven't even made a Cal Kestis yet. But yeah, I definitely see Cal Kestis coming very soon.
KG.
Yeah, I definitely see Darth Vader coming out. They're doing the remake for that game. I haven't played the game at all, but I love the character. It's a very cool design. I don't know much about the character, but I love the design of the character. So I would love to own a 6-scale figure of Darth Vader, definitely.
Wait till you play it.
Yeah, I can't
wait. All right, well, listen, I'm getting a phone call. Let me take it. Is it possible that it's someone we know? Hello? The Wizard. You sound like Julia Roberts again. Yes. You sure? Okay, I'll let him know. But what about... He hung up on me again. All right, listen, I put this headphone a little bit over my ear. Popsic, here's some for you on table 5. According to the Hot Toys Wizard, you're getting Cal Kestis, baby. You're also going to get Darth Revan. There you go. You can book it, Dano. Heck yeah. And look, Dante, you brought this up, but I'm going to go ahead. Dante, did you talk about that 2-pack? The Boba Fett 2-pack with the freaking Tatooine scene? Is that what you referred to?
That's the one.
Let me see if I actually could put this up on the screen with everybody on it.
Yeah, man.
The one with the Tamara Morrison.
Listen, Dante.
Very cool.
I think this, I looked at this on Sideshow earlier today. And the one thing that I could tell you, and Seth, I'm going to get to your super chat, my friend. So just hang in there. We'll get to that right after we talk about this, Seth. Thank you so much. But this is due out between April and I'm going to put this up so I can get rid of it because I don't know where it went. Okay, there we go. This is coming out between April and June, Dante. And is it possible that because, the Book of Boba Fett is coming out in December, that they're going to go ahead and push this out earlier than Boba and the Throne? I say yes, but is this where you're going with this, my friend?
Yeah, because if you think about it for a second, right? The one with the throne, where we were teased Fennec, right? It will make sense to release this one right away so they can start getting these Boba Fett's out. Because I have a feeling that the show is gonna kill it. It's gonna knock it out of the park. Like it's gonna be a really, really good show. We're gonna see so many good characters. Now that I don't know if I can say this yet, Aries, you can stop me. The fact that we probably gonna see different versions of Boba Fett within the show. I'm thinking that they wanna push this one first, like the sooner, right? I'm thinking again. This is a wild guess. By all means, it can happen. I think anywhere between January, we should see this figure.
Wow,
coming
that's
out.
A bold prediction. And let me tell you something. Do I agree with you? And I say yes. I think you're on to something. 6-scale Mafia. What say you?
I agree 100%. Just because when we looked how we had our OG Mando, and then shortly thereafter, Beskar was out. So I'm thinking like when this has already been released, this is Mandalorian. So we've already been known about this forever. The show's going to come out. We already have the throne version. They're going to make new lines for the Boba show. So this is like this was like their first of the last announcements for Mando. So getting him out first, they're going to, everybody's going to pick him up, and then boom, then 2-3 weeks later, we're going to get a Hot Toys announcement. Of a new Boba Fett outfit from the show, like right, because that's when I think they're gonna put it out right after this airs.
That's what I
probably January.
Yep,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yep. No, I'm right with you. I'm right with you both, Dante and Six Scale Mafia. We got 100.
And you want to get it because
Yeah.
if you're collecting Boba Fett, I don't think you're ever going to get the robed Boba Fett. Like, you're never going to get that again.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, Fabio, we're going to go to you. We got over 100 in here. Before we go to Fabio on another question here, please go ahead and smash that like button. Hit that like button. Do yourself a favor. Don't spill any of the egg juice from the Jawa egg juice that I got here over your keyboard, baby. And don't spill any of this coffee over your computer, brothers and sisters. Look, this is Aries is live and raw with a full panel. And let me ask Fabio something, who has more figures. Is it possible that Fabio has more figures than the Hot Toys Wizard? Now, I don't know. I've never seen the Hot Toys Wizard collection, but it's something we're going to have to ask him. Fabio, here's an interesting thing from someone like you that collects a lot, and I put this together this week. This head sculpt is slightly, and Dante pointed it out, it has a slight difference because it looks a different way than the one on the throne. At first glance, it looks like it's the same, but it's not. But I am telling you right now, while I think Boba Fett and the throne is going to go ahead and rise with, on that best-selling list on Sideshow, especially as that show gets closer, and then Fennec's going to get announced sometime within the next 3 to 5 weeks, certainly in October. Fennec's coming. I don't know if this is not going to be on the show. This is not going to be on the Book of Boba Fett to the points before. There's going to be different versions of Boba Fett. Right. And I have a feeling with this figure, where it's sitting right now on the list of bestsellers, at $495, this is going to be something that slips by. And this is going to go on wait list so fast, and we're going to get into wait list in a minute. It's going to blow people's minds because there's no way with this figure that they're going to produce a whole lot at $500. But is it possible that this could slip right by us like the Millennium Falcon, baby, with the hyperdrive working? What say you, my friend?
It's funny because I feel like this is going to blow. This specific, 2-pack is going to blow up because it's going to be the first Boba Fett figure, showing his face. So everybody's going to come for it, and then, what's coming next with the throne, that's going to be a must as well because of the fact that you have this iconic, image. You're going to have this iconic pair of, if they give us Fennec, which we talked about, and it sounds like they're gonna, having that pair and having that picture that in a detailed shelf. You know what I mean? Just them two sitting there. It's going to be great. So I think that it's definitely gonna be a good. I think they're both going to be great sellers, but I feel like once the first one's released, it's going to be the hype for the moment until obviously the next one.
And Brother Cousins, going to you, on top of what Fabio said there and what I set up here on the table. Look, I made some bold predictions myself over the last couple of months. And I said that Boba Fett and the Throne, which was number one for, like a month, for 4 weeks, just like this Boba Fett 2-pack. I said that it would go to the back of the pack, down here, where Ahsoka and Grogu was, and where the other Boba Fett is, which is right down over here, because it's not the main character in The Mandalorian. It's a legacy character. It's an important character. It's number one for that long, but no way was it going to sit in the top 4 like The Mandalorian for 9 months in a row. The best car one. It just was not going to happen. Now you're starting to see it with the Luke Skywalker, and even when you sort this out with the Marty McFly, and the whole Back to the Future figures, and everything else, King Shark, you're seeing Luke down on this list, and that was my point with Luke. You're starting to see him come back down to where Ahsoka was number one for a long time. You're not going to stay number one forever. Now, I expect the Throne and Boba to go back up as we get close to the show, and I know that Hot Toys knew this would happen. Fennec's going to come out. It's going to rise. I don't think that this 2-pack's going to. I think it will a little bit. But I think at the end of the day, with my point with this is, brother cousins, I think this is going to pass people by. And there's going to be a year or two where it's going to be like, oh, I have every Boba Fett figure. Oh, no, I don't. I don't have Boba Fett in the robes. And you almost don't think it's Boba Fett in a way with those robes on. It's kind of like Dark Side Anakin. Oh, that's Anakin. Well, if you really think, no, that's really Darth Vader, man. That's really Darth Vader, man. Oh, you know what? You're right. That is Darth Vader. I don't have every Darth Vader. Let me get Dark Side Anakin. Is there some kind of formula with this, my friend?
Yeah. I think with the 2-pack is definitely going to be something that, for one, I'm just going to say, I think it's definitely going to be, it's going to be the best, with the Beskar Mando was last year, how we got the Beskar Mando really early. We're going to get that 2-pack this year very early as well, especially with the Book of Boba Fett coming out on the heels of it. I think it's just, I see it coming overseas like the end of December. And there's going to be some people that's going to sleep on it because there's so much stuff coming out at once. But I think it's going to sell. I really think it's going to sell.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. We got a lot of people in here. I see Don Prime from Geeking Out in the house. Don, what is going on? We got Will Foxification in the house as well. What's going on, Will Foxification? Glad to have you in here. JB Collection is in the house as well. So many people are in here as well. Single songwriter. Derek Sandoval, Jeff Long, Doc Smizzles in the house. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Aries is Live and Raw. Please go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't yet. So appreciate the support. Let's go to this super chat, Dante. I am excited for what the Book of Boba will bring to Hot Toys. But darn it, I want my Baze Malbus. Now listen, hold on. I'm here to make your day. Listen, if you don't think that Disney Plus isn't going to use Donnie Yen again, you're thinking wrong. And absolutely, they're going to bring him in to this, and I'm pretty sure that Baze Malbus is going to show up. That is a great duo there. The whole, Baze Malbus, Chirrut Imwe dynamic from Rogue One, Dante. Dante, is it possible that we get Baze Malbus with all this content coming out the next 3-4 years? Can we see this?
And I say, I don't know, man. I don't know. But okay, so here's the thing, right? We're gonna have a lot of shows coming. We know that. I think we might, when the Endor show is released, which I don't know on top of my head when it's gonna be released. I think it's next year, late next year. I
think it's late next year, right? We don't got Ahsoka next year. I know we got Obi-Wan, Book of Boba Fett, and Mandalorian. Does anyone, any of you other guys know if
the Andor casting?
Andor? I know they're filming it.
Yeah, or they wrap.
Did they wrap?
It must be next year.
I think they wrapped.
I think they wrapped. I think they wrapped.
I think they're done.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually December 2020. 2022. So according to what it says here, I can be wrong, but so that means next year. So I think it is a possibility that we might see these characters, Chirrut, maybe Baze, maybe a tease of what's her name, Jin.
Mm-hmm.
Those characters that made the Rogue One movie, but maybe we're gonna see a little cameos here and there. Obviously not them together, but maybe you know what I mean. Some cameos, some sort of shape. So I think it's a possibility, but we will need to see the show. But right now, if you ask me, unless the show is out, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Let me take this a different arc. I'll go to Brother Cousins with this. I know I'm really looking forward to the Andor series. Is it possible, not figure-wise, but series-wise, that how well do you think a Donnie Yen, a Chirrut Imwe, Baze Malbus backstory miniseries would do? I know I would almost be looking forward to that more than the Andor series. No offense. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested to see what happens with them. How well would that do?
I think it would do pretty well. I think a lot of people like those. I mean, I'm a Donnie Yen fan, so I want that all the way. I want that all the way. So yeah, I think that would do pretty well. I think that would do pretty well. And I think honestly, in some ways, I think that's more of an interesting show. I'm sorry to say that.
100%.
And Seth, that might be your answer. 6-scale Mafia. Anything on top of that with this?
I'm in the same boat. If they had a chair in Bay's show, I would be more excited for that probably than anything that they have going on right now. To be honest, I'm also a Donnie Yen fan, and I also really want Baze. I've been waiting forever for him. Ever since they showed the tease of him and the prototype. I'm like, is he coming? Like, is this another Hot Toys graveyard figure, or or just do they have him on the back burner right now?
Yeah, and Lane Kramer with the super chat, and someone help me here because I think I'm drinking too much coffee to understand, but I think I know what he's saying. I think the BTTF figures shows anything is possible. What does he mean by that?
Back to the future.
Back to the future.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, yeah. Back to the future. Great Scott, baby. Listen, come on. Yeah, I loved it when Christopher Lloyd showed up in that whole Clue Psych episodes. I don't know if any of you are psychos out there and you watch Psych, Sean and Gus. Listen, I've watched that season. I've watched all the seasons like 10 times, including all the movies. And the one on Peacock, baby. Anyway, yeah, anything is possible with this stuff. But we have some very interesting news. And I want to go ahead and pull it up onto the screen. And thank you so much for that super chat, Lane. Much appreciated. And let me go ahead and switch this screen at, which, Dante, you may be better than me at this now. I don't know. Let me pull this up. Okay, listen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars collectors throughout the galaxy, throughout the Outer Rim, throughout the universe. Look, I called this, and it's simply supply and demand. This is going to go on wait list any minute. And my gosh, this was only had the in-stock label on it, Dante, for just a little bit, 3-4 weeks, her and Kylo. And there's some very interesting things going on with this figure. Yes, it has a lot of accessories. So does the Beskar version of the Mandalorian, which has the most accessories. It's not just about that. That is a factor. This is a candidate, in my opinion, for figure of the year. It is that stunning of a piece. And I know when I get to you, Fabio, on this, what you're going to say on this particular figure. But this figure I have this in my collection, and this is absolute insanity how good this piece looks. I have it next to the Last Jedi Ray, and I have it with the Force Awakens Ray. And to me, it's not even close.
It's night and day.
Night and day. This is, to me, this head sculpt is crazy. And when you add supply and demand and a head sculpt like this, Dante, which is art, I think that's what you're seeing here. There's some secondary market stuff, which I'll point out. But what say you?
Well, this was coming. We knew when this figure was released, and the improvements of the head sculpt and the new edition with the Leia's lightsaber and all those things, and including the yellow lightsaber. So we knew that this is gonna happen at one point. It was actually pretty quick, if you ask me. That this figure is about to be gone with the wind. So Kylo Ren. I think Kylo Ren is the next one in line because that figure is actually pretty good. They complement each other. Excellent. And it was about time. We knew when this figure was released originally that they didn't produce much of this. We knew that from the very beginning. So it was just a matter of hitting the States and then start people, watching the videos, the reviews, and then start buying it. And that's proof of that. So this one I don't think won't last. I don't know. I think might be gone by the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going to you, Fabio, with this, because I know that you collect a lot of these, and I know that you use the market value chart at sixscalecantina.com. And before then, you were really, you're very savvy in understanding the market with a lot of these figures. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this up for someone like you that collects a lot. Even right now, and I see no dip at all within the secondary market. And, it has an average, this figure of like 330, 340. So it's going to sell sometimes 3, maybe 290, sometimes 400. It's an average. But even right now, and I'll pull this up on the screen for everyone on the panel and for you, everyone on the chat, and for you, Fabio, you look at this Last Jedi Ray up here, $301 with 17 bits. Just back from September 16th, which is yesterday night, not including the 25 in shipping and not including taxes. So you have to wonder, is this figure, the Rise of Skywalker one, is it going to be even a tier that's going to surpass the 330, 340? On the secondary market? Is it possible that Rise of Skywalker Rey figure is going to be in the 400s, surpassing this, or even the 500s? What say you?
I think that is 100% going to surpass this. You have to understand it's a completely different figure. It's a completely different head sculpt. It's got a lot of stuff that comes with it. So if this is already going at this price, and it's got, let me see how much time is left. I can't see.
This one ended.
Oh, it ended. So it sold for that much. So 300, yeah, it's 100% going to be higher than $300, the new Ray. Absolutely.
And Six Scale Mafia, I've been following Ray in the secondary market for a long time. And there's an interesting dichotomy with this compared to Kylo Ren, because the Rey figures, except for the Force Awakens Rey without the BB-8, which has always been easy to get around 200, 190, whatever. Mm-hmm. But that Rey BB-8 2-pack, the Rey Resistance, which is rising, okay, which is an exclusive, and this Rey right here, they were not touched. They did not get affected at all with this Rise of Skywalker Rey. Whereas the Kylo Ren, I'm going to bring this up to you right now. And I find this to be very, very interesting because I've had a lot of data on this for a while. And I'm going to bring this up, and it continues to sink. And you can see right here, $255. Just back from a little bit ago on this Last Jedi Kylo. It is having a different effect than the Rey figures. So that tells me, while I do think the Rise of Skywalker Kylo is going to be a figure that'll do well in the secondary market, I don't think it's going to be like the Rey. I think the Rey is going to be near Grail level.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Rey is going to hit. She's probably going to land in the 450 market. Yes, in my opinion. And here's the thing: the Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren is the superior Kylo of all three. So that's why I think these guys are dropping in prices. And the main reason why she's going up, one, as Fabio said, loaded with accessories, but two, why the other figures are going up. I've had my Rise of Skywalker Rey since day one, both her and Kylo. And what I did when I got her, and I still have her right here, and this is why I think she's going to go up, because you can do cool things like that. So that I have the Last Jedi body, and then I have her Rise of Skywalker head and her Rise of Skywalker saber. So just the customization, to be able to like mix and match and do all these different things with all the accessories and the different figures. I think that's why everything's good. Personally, that's why everything's going up for her.
Yeah, I think that is a big factor. Not
to mention the Leia stuff. Because I have the helmet, her helmet on my Endor Leia with
that
Leia's
is a good
lightsaber.
point. Those are OG accessories. I know what you're talking about. I know where you're going with that. KG, Very, very interesting with this. I said from way back months ago that Rey in the final in the prototype production photos, it looked good. It just didn't look like Daisy Ridley. It looked like Jennifer Garner, which is very nice. It just didn't look like Rey. Then it came out and it looked like Rey, especially when, Dante did the reviews and everybody's doing the reviews and you're seeing this and I get this in hand and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This freaking thing is coffee spilling, baby. Look, what are your thoughts on this whole thing? Kylo going down, Rey going up, because I am seeing, and let me tell you something, KG. The Last Jedi Rey and The Force Awakens Rey were produced in buku numbers compared to this Rise of Skywalker one about to hit waitlist. What say you?
Yeah, it's crazy. I do have this Last Jedi figure, and it's actually my first hot toy figure. And yeah, I love this figure. I don't have the Rise of Skywalker figures, and I don't plan on getting them. It's just, right now I'm focusing on Marvel, Star Wars, and DC, and I just have to kind of manage my my money. But yeah, this is surprising.
Good on you. Good on you with that, by the way. I always preach that.
Yeah. It was surprising because this figure was actually going up for like a lot of money back, 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, it was like $450.
I was like, let me go sell mine. But like, no, I didn't want to sell mine. It was my first figure. But yeah, I actually now I'm not even surprised because this new Kylo Ren is like the superior version of everything else, Kylo that's been coming out. And that Rey, I agree with you guys. I think this Rey figure looks great, and I can't say anything about it because I don't have the figure. But from what you guys are saying, it looks great.
She's
I
amazing.
definitely, it's pretty evident that figure will definitely go up. I think probably the 500 range, because it's going to be a grail for many people. And yeah, get it while you can.
Well, we got 112 in here right now, and thank you all so much for joining our regular Friday night show. It's usually either Dante or myself every other Friday. Last Friday, it was the Man of Hot Collectibles. This week, it's the Market Chart Show, but a special Market Chart Show. It's live and raw, baby. Listen, because we're going to get into a lot of Book of Boba Fett stuff, but this kind of got whooped on us last night with this whole Rey on the low stock level. And let me get to Brother Cousins going into a different arc with this. So, Brother Cousins, you've heard all the arguments here and all the reasonings of why this is happening with Rey. She's going to be a Grail. Let me tell you a story here, okay? And the story is Rey is high in the secondary market. There's more of those figures. They're not being affected. There's less of the Rey of Rise of Skywalker. It's going to be a Grail. Let me tell you a story about Anakin Skywalker, which is way higher than Rey's in the secondary market. You're talking 600 range on the regular Anakin. And the Darth Vader Anakin is like $803 and steady within the secondary market. And here's what I'm thinking with this. And I see the super chats. I'm going to get to them, my friends. So don't you worry about that. But let me go ahead and put this up on the screen. Because I am telling you right now that, in my opinion, this is one of the biggest sleeper figures of the year, maybe in recent time. This is low. This has been low. Forget about Blurg. Forget about Quill on the Blurg. OG Mando on the Blurg. This is Anakin Skywalker, who obviously becomes Darth Vader, who is Luke's dad, who's Leia's dad. This figure, once it sells out, and I think it's going to sell out quick, is it possible that this figure is going to be, it's just going to be 300, and you're going to have the other two at 800 and 700? No way on earth. I actually see, sure it's possible, it could be, but I see a formula here where this is going to be a really highly sought after figure, and I think people are sleeping on it. What say you?
Yeah, it's definitely being slept on right now because there's so much stuff coming out. But when this thing drops, I'm telling you, it's gonna go. It's gonna go waitlist very fast.
Yes, I actually think
very fast.
You could continue on that.
And with it being a vehicle,
and
with it being a vehicle, come on, anytime we can get a Star Wars vehicle, come on, this thing is, it's gonna be waitlist very fast.
One thing I will say, sorry to cut you off, but no, I feel like people who can't go near the original two Anakins will be happy to get this one as well. So I feel like that's why it's gonna.
Oh yeah, they'll be all over it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
you have to think there's a whole generation that grew up with Clone Wars.
Exactly.
You know, that are just, you know, or even, you know, older people that just love this show more. Or, you know, like you said, that the old Anakins are just out of reach.
Oh.
Are you going to spend $800 just for a slight difference, or are you going to spend the retail here and get a vehicle with them too?
And
Mhm.
you know, people sometimes end up like you were talking about before, making their own, customizing their own, so they can use the head sculpt and make their own Anakin that they want, you know, however they want to look or whatever. So I feel like it's going to sell out, you know, very, very well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and guys, these are really good conversation here on this. And Dante, I'm going to go to you because you were the first one who really pointed out that Boba Fett 2-pack, you said it from the very beginning. It was bold. You said, I don't even think that this is going to get in stock. I think that there's a recipe here. You didn't say it was a guarantee. You said it was possible. Is it possible with what these guys are saying here, especially with this Anakin and the Stap, that this doesn't even get in stock? What say you?
Well, it is possible that, and this is what we were discussing these areas before in previous shows. You know, what is missing right now is Captain Kenobi, right? Or General Kenobi, sorry, General Kenobi. So once that one is announced, I think this guy is going to start selling faster. And because this one, I was told that it should be released by Q4. So it should be released, late this year, pretty much in a few months. So that's gonna definitely help, because this seems to be a great figure based on the accessories and all the details. If you ask me personally, I'm more of a fan of the animated version type of look. Just me, but they decided to go with this line. And I think it is a very possible that this figure, maybe it could be kind of similar to what happened with Heavy Mando.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
So, though it's gonna be there, it's gonna be still in pre-order, but then it's gonna be kind of like low stock remaining and then gone.
Yeah.
That's a very possible with this one, because it's kind of unique if you think about it, right? With all the stuff that these figures will come with. So
yeah, and I think when you look at how these Anakins, a lot of times when I do my predictions anyway, I look at what's going on in the secondary market, and not that that's any type of be all end all. It's just another factor. It's just something to kind of weigh in, see how the other ones are doing, and sometimes they're going to do something that you don't expect. I don't expect. I wasn't exactly sure, for instance, that Kylo Ren was going to, sink as far as it did, and so that was very interesting to me. Although I'm not surprised. And then you see the Rays being as strong as they are, and the Anakins, with the exception of KG, when these first got announced, there was a tiny whiny dip the first 3-4 weeks where these were announced last year. It was almost like a blip, but then it was gone, and then they just skyrocketed and no one cared. I really don't even think when this comes out, I think it's going to be gone so quick it won't even have time to affect those other ones. But final thoughts on this with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because I don't have the other Anakins, and I do love Clone Wars. I do love this version, and I'm just sort of I'm conflicted right now. I don't know which one to get. Do I get the deluxe version or do I get the regular version? Because the deluxe version, I get it comes with a step, but I don't know if I'm going to use the vehicle. So I'm sort of maybe I want to get it, maybe I want to display it, see how it looks. But I'll definitely check Dante's video out when that comes out. But yeah, it's just I think this figure will sell out first. Once the final products come out, this figure will sell out the next, I would say, week after its final product photos. It's just I think it's going to be a low batch figure. There's not going to be a lot of them, and the reason why I haven't pre-ordered it is because there's no Kenobi. I was waiting for that Kenobi figure to be announced. Then I'll buy this one.
Can I pour you some, my friend? You see what I got in my hand, or would you like some spotchka? We're gonna talk about that later because that Kenobi is coming.
Yeah,
coming.
Listen. If they announce that Obi-Wan, I'm definitely getting this figure. I've just been waiting for that Kenobi.
That's a good point. I was going to go to another thing here. Hold on, Rodrigo. And late, I see your super chat and the Don Prime in super chat. We're going to get to this. That's a good point, Fabio. What if they release this figure, this Anakin, both of those, and then like a week later, they put out the Clone Wars Kenobi? I mean, we're talking about not even considering that's going to probably sell out really quick or maybe not make it in stock. Can you imagine if that happened?
Well, it could go both ways. So if they just release the Anakin alone, it'll. I feel like that's what they should do. They shouldn't add. And this is where I'm going with this. So if they add the the hell is his name? You just mentioned his name.
The Obi-Wan.
The Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah.
So they'll come out with Anakin. If they release Obi-Wan too close, it could be good and bad because now you have competition with a figure. But if they're because of the fact of what they are, even though they're different, people are still gonna buy them. But it could, like I said, it could be a little bit of competition between the two figures if that happens. So I don't know if they would do that, but again, anything Star Wars is going to sell regardless. It's just, again, if they want to compete with themselves, putting two figures, too close together back to back.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, maybe they would pack it with this really cool 6-scale Cantina mug or a Grogu. Which one would be better? Let me know in the chat.
I think if they're going to, when Anakin comes out, when he's for sale, I think they're going to gauge the response on that, and maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, they're going to announce that Obi-Wan officially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then that Anakin's just gone.
Yeah, it would suck if they actually announced that.
They're smart. They know what they're doing. They're going to put them
They're
out.
definitely savvy.
You're
right. You're right, 6-scale Mafia.
Let's
go to Rodrigo's super chat here. Thank you so much for that, Rodrigo. Don, I got into yours, Lane. Let me see here. Greetings, Aries and Dante. I don't know if I've got to the point that I've got too many figures, because even though I've got it, 500 is too much. So I'm thinking he's talking about, Dante, do you think, or guys, do you think he's talking about the 2-pack Boba Fett?
Probably.
Probably.
No, I think maybe he's talking about Rey. Oh no. Because I think
Rey's only 2.
I don't know how far long ago Rodrigo sent that.
Yeah, but if it's for the 2-pack, I think it is. I think it's priced well though because it's it's 2 figures.
Yeah.
Yes, we can argue that the price is a bit steep, whatever. We can argue that because it is.
Yeah.
But if you think about what it comes with and the fact that you get in 2 figures, I think it's well priced. That's what he's referring to. But thank you, my friend Rodrigo. He's part of 6L Mafia. He's part of the Mafia. He's part of the Mafia.
He is. Good guy.
Well, you know what? Mafia, I'll go to you.
Over
He also about Rey.
50 hot toys he has. He's crazy.
Well, listen, Mafia, I'll go to you. It's
Got a
part of your crew. This is one of the points that I think, Dante, you and I talked about with this. It's such a high price point too, and it is
talking about
Boba
Rey.
Fett.
Sorry,
what's that?
He was talking about Rey.
Oh, he was talking about Rey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They might get to 500 when it's sold out.
Yeah. I think it will get to 500.
It's going to be the new Gen Urso. That's what it's going to be. That's what I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will.
You know what? That's a great point.
Yeah, that Jin was sought after for a long time. Still now.
For a long time.
Still
You
is.
can't even touch the Imperial disguise or the deluxe version.
Man.
I know. I got them both right there.
That's when I really
Right there with K2SO. Wow,
How
the
many you got
Imperial's
of those,
there, and
Fabio?
then
You
Jin's
got
down
two?
at the bottom with Churret because I don't have a base.
Man, I wish they would release that figure. Is it possible we're going to get Jyn Urso again? Are we going to get Felicity Jones? Come on.
Funny.
It's a tough one.
Anthony, we were just talking about that before. I think that's one of the lines that I feel like there's no need to reissue just because it's it is what it is. It's done. I mean, unless they decide to bring it back, which I don't know if they're gonna, but I feel like that line is gonna hold this value because of that. Because there's no need.
Yeah, I say leave Rogue One where it is.
Yes.
Don't be reissuing.
Definitely.
Yes.
That whole set is amazing, and
Yes.
if you missed out, it's unfortunate.
Too
But
bad.
yeah, too bad.
I'd like to see them with
Uh,
that, but I think the best bet on those is they're going to put them out in different series, like Andor series, and maybe make them different.
Mhm.
Yep.
Have you?
That's why I give him props for the shore trooper, because
Right.
my shore
Yeah.
trooper right there
Yes,
is the captain. So I
It's
wasn't
different. It's
I
different
wasn't
once they have
irritated
that.
when
Yes.
we have a squad leader and we have a grunt.
Do you think that's the reason why they haven't reissued any OT figures?
I don't think they've reissued any Star Wars figures, have they?
No, they
I think
haven't.
the only one I can think of is
Unless I'm
I don't think
mistaken.
so.
the
I mean,
Hun
Favreau has
Chewbacca.
been collecting for a long time. So I mean, I don't think they have
No, I don't-
reissued anything. Everything
Not
was
like
gonna.
a reissue.
Yeah,
I mean, we
I
had the
haven't
Return of the
seen them
Jedi
reissue
Luke and then the
Star Wars
deluxe
figures.
version, but they're separate.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
that's the
Yeah.
reason why they don't want to touch it, because they can easily do a reissue of Princess Leia or Han and Chewie
Yeah.
Yup.
and make so much money, like
So much.
insane
Need the
amount of
best from
money.
Han. That's
So
what
much.
I was lucky that I was able to get Han and Chewbacca from one of my friends in New York, which I cannot name because it's kind of private. But yeah, it was Han Solo and Chewbacca 2-pack.
Yeah, that's a good set.
Yeah, I got ripped off though. I paid so much money for that. That guy didn't want to give me a discount.
Please line.
look, I'm looking forward to that Endor Han and Chewbacca 2-pack, which I don't know, man. It's so similar to the A New Hope outfit, Fabio. It really is. If they went ahead and did that, I could see them doing that. I could see. I mean, they've done Han and Chewie 2-packs, and we keep thinking. I know Chewbacca with C-3PO ESP would be great. Han Bespin by himself would be great. I know, but there's some part of me that just thinks they're going to go ahead and do another Han and Chewie 2-pack, and I think it goes best with the Endor Han and Chewie. And look, we just got the Endor Scout Trooper. And Scout Trooper with the bike. We've gotten Endor Leia and Wicket and the Leia Wicket 2-pack. We've got Luke.
Mhm.
I think that the next natural ones is Han, Chewbacca, and Lando.
See, I would have loved.
Yeah.
I would have loved a Chewbacca Han from the Solo movie, because I feel like having Chewie with this, with the hair, and then him with the suit, with that fur.
Yeah.
That I feel like that a 2-pack of that. Of those two figures would have been epic for that line, but I don't know why they didn't do it, because it's a completely different Chewbacca than you have from the other two movies. So I
Except
feel
for
Solo
Awakens,
didn't do
right?
Solo didn't do well. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
I mean, that's the bottom line, because that's literally what they're looking at is money. Solo didn't
Right.
perform well in the theaters.
right, but
Why are they going to put more money into it? I'd love it too, believe me, but
I don't know, they would have completely sold out Chewbacca figures, even if the movie didn't do well. You know what I mean? It's just, my thing is, why didn't they do that?
Right. Only if they would have done it like the A New Hope one, because the Force Awakens wasn't the greatest.
Right.
It was like a weird shape, whatever. But for the Solo movie, I mean, the only one that I really liked was the Mud Trooper. I think that was a really
Yeah.
good figure.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
still wanna
other than
get my
that,
hands on that.
it's kind of difficult. This is just my personal opinion. It's kind of difficult to kind of see Han Solo on that actor, knowing that
Right.
Harrison Ford has been Han Solo for
Yeah.
decades. So it's really hard to do that type of thing. So that's why the movie didn't do good. And I don't think they're gonna do stuff like that in a movie. Maybe in a show could be. Like for example, if they do a show of Luke Skywalker, right? They can have Sebastian Stan and call it for the day. I mean, the guy looks like him.
Just
So
like him.
people will be like more than
Yeah.
happy, and people want him to be the next Luke, right? And so that's I think one of the main reasons why the Solo didn't sell as good as they expected.
And
Yeah.
don't forget that patrol trooper is awesome too.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, that one
It's a
too.
very good
Yes,
trooper.
I was
It's a good
forgetting
trooper.
about.
I
the
missed
patrol.
him, and I'm still, because I have so many trooper. I'm a trooper collector, and I need to hook him up.
Well, you see, Lane, this whole conversation, because we're talking about Han Solo, baby. It goes right into your super chat there. Thank you for the $5 Bob. And doesn't it feel weird? We've had more Kylo Ren hot toy figures from the least popular of the 3 trilogies than Han Solo figures over the last few years. Yeah, I know where you're coming from with that, but sure, because and I think the reason you see that was because the sequels was what was new. It was what was hot, and that was the villain, and that's why that came out. And you had Harrison Ford in the first one. But this Lane, thank you very much, because I'm going to bring it up to these guys. Look, we're going to get into a lot of coffee spilling stuff coming up, but going to get into other coffee spilling stuff. I'm going to bring this up. And Don, I see your super chat there. We're going to go to that, my friend, in just a minute. I haven't forgot about you. Let me pull this off, because here's an interesting thing. I want to touch on this real quickly. We're going to go to brother cousins first on this. And I'm going to bring this up on the screen and get your thoughts, because interesting things are going on in the secondary market. I did an insider exclusive actually on this. And what it is, and let me actually go to it here. Yes, well, that's actually not the price I'm trying to get to, but let me click on this and see if it'll get to it for me. And it might, because this was an actual sale. Yep, here you go. So that's what I want to bring up.
Wow.
You see that with Crate Luke, and Crate Luke is rising within the secondary market. And Brother Cousins also is the Force Awakens Luke. It is rising in the secondary market. And also what's rising in the secondary market. Remember how, those discount codes for the Hobo Luke, Deluxe and Non-Deluxe last year?
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to rise. Let me show you something else. Okay? And this might blow your mind when I pull this up onto the screen, when you see this price. And I think that this is going to happen with all the Leias. And I've said it before.
Yep.
So this is not a surprise to me. So, Brother Cousins, no matter what you think about the sequels, this is Carrie Fisher.
Yep.
The aforementioned Mark Hamill.
Yep.
And then Harrison Ford. And I did a whole insider exclusive, and I did a tease I talked about on a regular show. And I said, is it possible that 3, 4, 5 years down the road, when you're looking for Carrie Fisher at her last appearance in Star Wars, or you're looking for Luke, or you're looking for Han Solo, Harrison Ford, that these figures are going to be Grail figures, has nothing to do with the sequels.
Yes.
And everything to do with the actors. What say you?
Yeah. I knew my cousin has this figure, and the General Leia figure. And when I saw it, I knew it was going to be a Grail, because I knew it was going to be some people that would sleep on it, because it's the older Carrie Fisher. It's it's not as toyetic. I get it, but it was a masterpiece, and it's something about people of a certain Hot Toys doing people of a certain age. They just knock it out the park every time. So I knew, this is going to sell. And with that Luke, anything, I think with his appearance, it's funny, because with his appearance, especially on the Mandalorian and the new the Disney series, I forget it, behind the scenes of the Mandalorian. I think a lot of people didn't realize that he was actually Mark Hamill was actually on the set. So now I guess people want to go and grab anything Luke at this point.
Yes.
So
Plus, I feel like also if you're like a really like a true Star Wars fan, and you were alive to enjoy the original movies from back then, and now you get to see Carrie Fisher when she was young, and now at this point we got her as an older woman. When are you ever going to get that again? You know what I mean? So it's a no-brainer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Star Wars is a very passionate, Dante, for a lot of people. I know for me. I spoke about it on the May 4th weekend, and I'm a diehard Star Wars fan. And just, taking sequel out of the equation, just Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Billy D. Williams also for me, and for most of those four. I mean, I don't know. I really believe that these are Grails in the future, even if it's the distant future. What say you?
I agree with everyone. I agree with Fabio what he said about these figures. When I got the Crate Luke, the reason why I got him is because um, to me this is the look I wanted to see in the sequels. Right, this was the look I wanted to see in the sequels. So I said, out of all the looks, this is gonna be the one I'm gonna get. And I knew that, after the figures are sold out, after all this is gonna be increasing in price. It's gonna be a Grail pretty much, right? As Leia, as Han Solo from the Force Awakens. I mean, yes, this is the only way you're gonna be able to get these characters in their older stage, right? So I agree with Fabio. There's no brainer that these are gonna be expensive, down the road. So if you can get them now at a good, affordable price, by all means you should. If you are really want them, right? Because I think it's gonna be some type of it's gonna be more like a Han Solo from A New Hope.
Yep.
If you want to get it, it's gonna be like $500-$600, right?
Yep.
So
And
if you can get it now, you should.
Not only that, but you have to understand also, like, forget the movies, because I know a lot of people won't get the figures because the movies weren't so good. Forget the movies. Forget, it's about the character. It's about the
Exactly.
figure, it's about having that iconic person as a young actress, and then as the last movie she was ever in.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
No, I was just gonna say the same thing. It's like, especially like in other factors, like on the Marvel side, you may not like certain Marvel movies, but you like the character, or you like that outfit that they were in.
Exactly.
You're gonna pick it up regardless of your opinion. And that's the thing, because the sequels didn't necessarily live up to expectations for most people. These aren't coming out again.
Right.
If anything, they're gonna do a variation or a slight, reissue of the older trilogy stuff. So when you're wanting these older, the end of their sagas figures, this is it. This is all we're gonna get.
Right.
Well, you got the Don Prime in the house. Who knows? Maybe the Don Prime will feel inclined to show up with us. But he's got this super chat, baby. Thank you so much. That'll help me get more coffee for this crazy live and raw. Easiest Book of Boba Fett bounty hunter from flashbacks will be IG-11 remold into IG-88. Are you kidding me, KG? Come on. They already got the IG-11 out over there. So to me, this is easy. This is easy as pie. This is money. I know that this is coming.
Oh my God, yes. I have the IG-11 figure, and it's when I first handled the figure, I was amazed by the amount of detail, and it was heavy. I was surprised. It was kind of heavy around the leg area, and it's such a beautiful figure. If you have the OG Mandalorian with him posed up and recreating that scene that we saw in episode 1 at the end, it's such a beautiful figure. And it's an easy cash grab for Hot Toys to do a remold for IG-88.
Easy cash grab.
There is a few minor details that they could change, but there you go. IG-88 pre-order. I'm gonna buy it because I just love droids. I love droids when it comes to Star Wars. So count me in.
Can I say one thing? Speaking of droids,
Yeah.
And I don't want to give anything away, but as we were talking about Revan and the announcement of KOTOR, I need a HK-47 droid. That's all I'm gonna say. Hot Toys.
Come on, baby. I mean, listen, we're starting to talk about HK-47. We're talking about IG-88. We're talking about the Book of Boba Fett. Let me put this up on the screen because Rodrigo's been waiting, and I'm getting all the super chats up tonight. Boba 2-pack is a must, and whoever doesn't order it will regret it for sure. Well, listen, it's a point we're talking about earlier. I think what's going to happen here, Rodrigo, is no one's really thinking of that as Boba Fett. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking of it as, I don't know, whatever. But, even for myself, as I was thinking about this, I'm like, it's a Tamora Morrison Robes figure, but it's actually Boba Fett. And when it really sinks in, and I think it's going to sink in for collectors, after it hits waitlist, and that thing's going to be I don't know where that thing could go because it's $495, 6-scale Mafia. And this figure could, I mean, it can easily be, God, I mean, you know, is it possible that could be at, you know, 2-pack Tarkin and Vader level? I think so.
It's going to get at least 800.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least.
Definitely.
I mean, you gotta factor in. Usually, it's double retail is kind of what we're seeing on a lot of trends.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, depending on the popularity. You know, it's $250 figure. It's in that $500 range.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be a Tarkin Vader for sure, especially if the Book of Boba Fett is as successful as we think it's going to be, even though it's a Mandalorian figure.
All right, so listen, before we get into all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk in reference to the Book of Boba Fett, what kind of shocking characters, what kind of coffee spilling Hot Toys are we going to have with that? We're going to talk about elephants in the room. I've talked about it this week. You got Captain Rex. Dante, is this figure going to come out? Do you have any information over the next 4 weeks? Is Ahsoka coming out on before it, after it, within the next 4 weeks? My insider information says it is. And yes, what do you got, my friend? What say you?
So there is so there were supposed to be 4 figures this month. Iron Patriot, Pennywise, Captain Rex, and Ahsoka. Those are supposed to be out this month, and Venom. So I have a feeling that that Pennywise is probably going to be pushed until the end of the month, which is Friday, October 1st. So that would make sense to me. Now, I think this figure is going to be coming very soon, and I think it's probably as soon as next week, because it is in the list. This figure is pretty much done. It's ready. It's ready to be out. That's what I was told a while ago. Same happened with Hulk. Same happened with Battle Damage Thanos. Same happened with Iron Patriot. So, you know, this one is definitely coming this month. Hopefully next week, because I know a lot of people are waiting for this.
I'm waiting.
Including myself.
Yes.
What about this one?
Oh.
Yes.
That's to you, Dante. What about it? I heard it's coming.
Ahsoka,
Right with
yes.
it.
Ahsoka definitely coming as well.
Oh, yeah, you said that, the last one.
And yes, and I think this one here, if I have to be like guessing, I mean, don't be surprised if we have 2 releases next week, though, because the way I see it is that Hot Toys takes a week off. There's no like releases, but announcements. So it is possible that next week might have a Star Wars week. We might see Rex and this one coming out a Monday and a Friday, or Tuesday and a Friday. That's my guess.
Oh, I tell you, it would be absolutely epic. Fabio, I talked about this week, and I am so looking forward to both of these figures. And, you know, I was going through all the Star Wars toys on pre-order and what could be possible grails. And, of course, I mentioned the Boba Fett 2-pack that we've been talking about on here. And I've talked about the Rey, where I also think that's going to be a grail as well. We talked about the Kylo, where I think it's going to be a high figure, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be a grail, and I don't think we've talked about it as a panel. But I absolutely 1000% believe with this Rex. You've seen Rex. You've been collecting for a long time, Fabio. You know the prices of the Rex from Sideshow. This is going to be the Hot Toys version. You got the 501st. I had it on the screen earlier. The 501sts are number 1 and number 2. And you know there's going to be how many people buying multiples of Rex, more so than Cody. And I say that even the moment that figure goes on waitlist, Captain Rex, that it's 400 plus more right at that moment. What say you?
That's kind of tricky. I mean, if you really think about it, right? You have this. So me, for example, I ordered 4 of the 501st Troopers, right? Because I want to be able to display it with Captain Rex and be able to display the different helmets and stuff like that. Price wise, though, I mean, right, obviously the retail price is not horrible, but I feel like at some point, again, it will be very, very sought after, and once it gets to a point where it's like ready to sell out, that's when you're going to see people really jumping for it. Even though there's a lot, obviously, waiting for it now, but I feel like once they start releasing more stuff, people are going to want to get into it, because it's going to look good with everything else that they have,
Yeah. One way or another, it's going to be a Grail, right? And let's go to Brother Cousins. Listen, and I think with this Ahsoka figure, this is not. I don't think this figure ever comes out again with this Ahsoka one, and I think people are going to buy multiples of it just because they're afraid of the arms. I mean, I've seen so many comments that they just want two because of that. They've signed Rosario Dawson to everything. So if they come out with a Rebels version or a different season of Clone Wars or a different Clone Wars version, I believe it's Rosario Dawson's likeness to the T more when she was younger. I don't think we see this again. I think this is a one-shot deal. And I don't think that they're making as many of these as they originally were going to. I think they factored that in. I think this is going to be, I think this has Grail City all over it once it hit waitlist in the future.
Yeah.
And do you think she's going to have the same body as Rey in that sense?
I do.
It's a good question.
Because she's Rey. I mean, Rey's holding up very well so far.
That's a good point.
Had her very long.
That's a great point. I don't know if it's going to be. She's going to be rare. I think we're not going to see this version for a very long time. Very long time. Yeah. I think I would, because with the popularity, we're talking about at this point, she's like the third most popular Star Wars character right now. That may have changed, but Ahsoka's very popular. So I see, and this is like the Ahsoka that everybody grew up with. So I really feel that I think they mass produced this one, but I think once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
That's
when we can see that big chunk of Clone Wars figures that are coming. So I think that's going to be like this initial wave of Clone Wars, series style, and then they'll kind of pepper in other Clone Wars stuff as time goes on. But this initial part, this is going to start the big base of all Clone Wars stuff, and then the little other characters coming, and that's it. That's your Clone Wars line. You snooze, you lose. I don't think it's gonna.
And single. Sorry, a single songwriter touched a good point that this is a unique Ahsoka. I mean, the Ahsoka that we know is Rosario Dawson. This is a generic one type of head sculpt, right? When that one is sold out, yes, I agree 100%. It's gonna be that's it, no more. Unless Sideshow decides to do Ahsoka with the animated version, but it all depends of how they do the Anakin and Obi-Wan, the body and the tailoring, how good quality wise is going to be. So that's another thing.
And don't forget also, you have, nobody expected this figure ever. Okay. That's number one.
Right.
Number two.
It's a good point.
Not only are we getting one, but we're getting two different ones of the same character of two different. So there is no way that figure is not going to sell out just because of the fact, again, I didn't expect that ever. I know people who, really wanted this figure and never expected it to come out. They would ask me, "Oh, do you think?" I'm like, absolutely not. There was no reason for it, and now we get two. It's insane.
Well, let me pause this for a second because I got two super chats from Wedding of James and Carly. $4.99. Listen. I'll take the Hot Toys Wizard Juice for you. Salute. Congratulations to your wedding. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Listen, Fabio, guys, you all bring up a really good point with this Ahsoka. But KG, is it possible that because Ahsoka broke the internet the way that she did with this figure, and I will tell you, what Don Prime is saying here, this is the Ahsoka we grew up with. Which is a very good point. She broke the internet in such a crazy way last year. Is it possible, KG, that when the final production photos comes out If it's even better, can she break it again? What say you?
I say yes. I really think that this figure is going to break the internet again. It's such a. I grew up with Ahsoka. You know, as a kid, I had a PSP. I don't know if you guys know what a PSP is, but I had a clone. I had the Clone Wars game, and I played as Ahsoka, and she was my favorite because I love the two-bladed lightsabers that she had in the game, and I just grew to love this character. You know, when I was a kid, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, why don't I have this figure on pre-order? Because there's so many Marvel things coming out. There's so many DC. I don't know. Well, DC will, you know, we don't need to talk about DC, but you know, Mando and everything. It's just it's a lot of stuff. You know, I'm collecting 3 franchises in a row, so this figure will definitely break the internet, and I will definitely pick up this figure. And you know, whenever I start to collect some more money, and yeah, I'll definitely get this figure. And like I said, it's pretty evident it's going to break again, and it's going to be a Grail. So.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Fabio.
I was gonna say, what is PSP? Is that the cousin of Atari?
No. It's a portable PlayStation.
The PlayStation.
It's because of Atari.
I love my Atari.
We're all but know that.
That was my first console. 2600.
Is it really?
Yep.
Did you like the 5200? I love the Atari 5200 too. The one that came out after that.
I didn't get that one. I went straight for the NES.
Yeah, me too.
You went right for that.
Yeah,
I had that too.
My friend used to have the Atari
2600 to the NES.
Man, we need a video game channel. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah.
All these consoles on there. Oh my god!
I used to play Atari with my good friend back in Peru years ago, decades ago. But anyway, talking about this particular figure for I'm sorry if I'm jumping from someone, but this Ahsoka one, I have a feeling that this figure is gonna be so expensive when it comes out day one. So that's what I think, because if you guys were able to score a Marty McFly, which by the way is on the way, so I was able to get one. It was insane. It was so expensive. It is really expensive, crazy expensive. So and to be honest, I mean, this one is gonna be a unique one. Now, the question is whether they're gonna have enough. I mean, are they gonna produce a lot of this, knowing that they're gonna have the Ahsoka from Mandalorian, in the back? So, do you think they're gonna make a lot of these Ahsokas, or is it gonna be some type of limited run, like what happened with Rey and Kylo Ren, for example?
I think it was number one for so long.
Yeah,
and it got a lot of pre-orders. And I think when the Mandalorian Ahsoka came out, there were some pre-orders that were canceled. However, I did keep very, very close eye, because I heard the argument that a ton of pre-orders were canceled. But I really didn't see the Clone Wars Ahsoka sinking down the bottom, like where the Dark Trooper is and where the Tusken Raider is. I didn't see that happening. So I was like, okay, it's probably people in the community that have said, hey, through chats, through messages, I've canceled to get this one. So whatever amount that is, a few hundred, 1,000, whatever. But I think what happened is Hot Toys, we talked about this earlier. I think 6-Scale Mafia, you said they're not dummies.
No,
So when they decided 6-Scale Mafia, like, we're going to come out with this Mandalorian Ahsoka, I think that whatever numbers that they were thinking they were going to produce with this, they mellowed out. And I think Sideshow, knowing the other one was coming out, they kind of stepped back a little bit. And I think that they're going to sell the pre-orders. There's only going to be a certain amount of stock because of the upcoming one. They're not, I guess my point is, 6-Scale Mafia, I don't see them saying, give me a ton of stock on this Clone Wars Ahsoka that has no actress's resemblance, because we know it's going to sell like Beskar Mando, the show. I just don't see it. And that's why I think this is going to go quick.
You're right. You're absolutely right. It's going. I can't speak for numbers, but I'm assuming it's going to be a low run. And they're focusing like we were saying, they're following the money right now, and the money train is Mandalorian. Now it's going to be Boba Fett. Then it's going to be the Ahsoka show. I mean, so it's awesome that they created the character for the Clone Wars wave that they're doing, but they're moving forward from this. They're not going to, there's going to be I'm betting anything. There's going to be way more Mandalorian Ahsokas than there are going to be this Clone Wars Ahsoka.
Right, and one point also is when the Civil War Ahsoka was, I don't know why I'm calling it Civil War, the Clone Wars Ahsoka was announced and put on pre-order, and then the Mandalorian came on board. Like a lot of people start canceling, as you said, the orders for for the Clone Wars to get the Mandalorian one. So that's probably the reason why that one, stay there. It didn't sell that quick.
Oh yeah, a lot of people canceled
You
once
know?
because it was so
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
It really
So-
wasn't that long.
Yeah, so I think like if they wouldn't just hold off on the Mandalorian one, the Clone Wars Ahsoka would be like probably gone by now. I don't know. That's just my thought about that.
All right, so listen, guys, I gotta pop open the Hot Toys Wizard Juice because I'm getting to the point with this show where, yeah, I know Popsic probably needs a refill on table 5. He's probably been getting it. All the people in the chat need some refills. I'm drinking this now, so it would give me, some extra Dark Jedi powers. And is it possible for all of you? Look, I'm just going to put it on the screen. And we'll see who talks about this first, because I think we all know. We're going to go through this one by one. And what I'm seeing is, when we talk about these figures, are they going to come out with this? Are they going to come out with this? What is a priority? What is not a priority? It all depends on Favreau and Filoni. And don't think for a moment that they're going to tone it down a notch from The Mandalorian Season 2. Oh, we gave them Bo-Katan. Oh, we gave them Ahsoka. Oh, we gave them Boba Fett. We gave them Luke. We gave them R5-D4. We gave them R2-D2. We mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn. Let's do nothing for this one. Are you kidding me? Let me just put it up on the screen and let's talk about it, baby.
Oh,
because you can see right there.
Yes.
Is this 100% yes or no? Who wants to say it first?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, definitely.
This
I don't think
guy.
it's gonna happen though. I'm just kidding. just to give the opposite. Right?
The sideshow version goes for how much? Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I have that one. I mean, it's an okay figure for what it was back then, but I feel like if Hot Toys makes it, it's gonna be way better than that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Look at the price on that figure though, despite its age.
Yeah.
And again,
Like
Hot
$700,
Toys is not.
$800 to get that figure, isn't
Yeah.
it? I think the last time I looked, Mafia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just assuming, like you were saying, if Favreau and Filoni are going this path, Hot Toys is not dumb. It's gonna, it will happen. And you got to figure those guys are 10 steps ahead of us.
Yeah.
They already have so much planned out that, think about any time we ever hear about things when things are officially announced. Whether it's films, video games, Hot Toys, anything, like they keep so much information under wraps for so long that they're like, fuck. I'm finally able to talk about this. I can't believe I can talk about this now. They keep it so under wraps for so long. So they're way ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like this. I say the same thing all the time. I feel like they're working on so much stuff behind the scenes that we don't even know it's coming. Example number 1, Carnage. What?
Oh my!
Like,
Yep.
where did that come from? No, I expected a Carnage 100%. Not right now. I was hoping, I knew that we were getting it for Venom 2, 100%, but not now. But it's so smart because now you don't have to wait 2 years, 3 years for the figure to come out when Venom 2 comes out. So
That's true.
Us right now because it's going to be the same Venom. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same Venom from 1 to 2, unless there's a big change with the suit and stuff. But it was the smartest thing. I would have never thought it was coming. I would have never expected them to give us Carnage this quickly, and it's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful figure so far. I mean, that tease is great.
But for what I have, it is very possible that this one can be one of the Toy Fair exclusives for next year.
Yes.
Or some other, events,
Yeah.
right? Maybe like a limited run, something like that. Because, obviously you're not going to put that figure like the same level as a Luke Skywalker, same level as a Han Solo. That's more like a side character, right? and it will be awesome to have, because those are the characters that a lot of people want to have in their collection, because those are the ones you're missing. So I think it is a possibility that if we ever get those type of figures, it's gonna be some type of event.
Well, listen, let's go to the super chat from James Cosgrove. Thank you so much for the $5 Bob. Episode in 2027, 50th anniversary. Is it possible we will get a Hot Toys Darth Talon, a Ben Solo, Grogu with yellow lightsaber, and Shock T figures? Look, you're throwing a whole lot at me. Do I got to get you like Sumatra here and freaking Hazelnut and, whatever all these are? House Blend? Are you kidding me? You're getting me going here. And I say yes. Look, Darth Talon was originally on George Lucas's radar. And you know that Filoni and Favreau are talking to him right now. And this actually leads in, and thank you so much, James Cosgrove. And I see you, Rodrigo, with your super chat. We're going to go to that in just a minute. But I'm going to bring up the next thing. And I want you to think Filoni in your mind. I want you to think Favreau when I pull this up. Okay, listen. Ron Howard took over, and he gave it a good shot with what was made. It was a dark time, but it's blue skies. And George Lucas wanted Darth Maul to be the baddie in the sequels. Is it possible that Filoni and Favreau will just find a way? Look, I know that we're going to talk about the Obi-Wan series, and it could be canon. It isn't canon that Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul. Look, kill me once, kill me twice, 3 times a charm. Are you kidding me? Is it possible, whether through a flashback or this guy could still be alive? Because don't think for a moment, 6 Scale Mafia, that he's going to... I could smell this a mile away. He's got the throne. Oh, he killed Bib Fortuna. He's got the throne. He's not the only guy that's going to try and take claim to Jabba's palace. And he's a crime syndicate right now, the way they portrayed Darth Maul. Is there a possibility Favreau and Filoni throw this in?
I hope so. I think, and that's the cool thing, like what we were talking about before, is how they're bridging these gaps between prequel stuff and like original trilogy era. So if they can mix things in, or like somebody in chat said earlier, like what if Cad Bane was in the Boba Fett show? Like that's a perfect example, because you're bridging both generations, and that's the smartest thing I think they can do.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're talking about like who mentioned that? You're talking about this? You're talking about, is it possible? How many? Go ahead, talk. Is this going to happen?
I know what I think. We're going to get all of the bounty hunters at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's his show, right? He's a bounty hunter, so it stands to reason that it'll focus around other bounty hunters. I would think anyway.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm getting like, come on. I mean, this is I think 1,000% coming, like you're saying, but I actually think he's going to show up in this series.
He has to.
Yeah.
He has to be in the series. I mean, they're gonna find a way to put it, and not only that, we might see other characters from the original trilogy. I have a feeling that we're gonna see Han Solo in the Book of Boba Fett in some shape, way, or form. We're gonna see it. I don't know why because it is pretty much related, right? Like so it is possible too.
I put that on my cover of this banner, and you talk about a couple of things here. From The Empire Strikes Back, what kind of flashbacks Boba Fett is going to have, and if it's possible that it can tie into some of the other series that are forthcoming, and are in flight right now or are getting ready to come out. And I think so. And I'm just going to put this up, Rodrigo. Thank you so much. I don't remember what figure you're talking about, but thank you for the chat. I've got both versions of it. and I'll still get the Hot Toys one. Anyone know what he's referring to?
He's talking about Bossk.
Bossk.
100%. Yeah, because he has 2 colors.
Yes.
Yes. The sideshow one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that figure is a no-brainer. We've got 118 here. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Anybody need more refills? You guys all good on the panel? You got everything you need there? Come on. Look, I pulled up Bane. Let's go ahead and pull this up because this is a very interesting. This one's very interesting, and thank you so much again, Rodrigo. Yes, can't wait for Bossk. Now, there's a few on here. Look.
I love that Emperor picture.
Okay, let's talk. Forget about Luke for a minute. Make believe Luke's not there. He just was in it because we're going to get to Luke. We're going to get to Luke. We're going to get to a lot of stuff with Luke. Can you see flashbacks of how, I think there's a whole sequence here from The Empire Strikes Back of when he was going after Han Solo. What do you guys mentioned? Han Solo, I think it was you, Dante. He wasn't the only bounty hunter that was going out trying to get Han Solo. And then when he acquired Han Solo, who knows, was trying to pick Boba Fett off. But that whole time, could we see flashbacks of Darth Vader? Or even, and with Hayden Christensen playing Darth Vader, and even the Emperor, that can, because they're using them for the upcoming Obi-Wan show, that they'll drop them in for a flashback scene on here. Let's go to Fabio. What say you?
Where are you guys? Well, like we talked about before with, nobody really dying off. I personally would love to see the Emperor come back. I feel like, and I feel like it's with what they're doing with the storylines, I feel like there's no reason why they wouldn't bring him back. You know what I mean? So I feel like at some point it'll come, and then obviously Hot Toys will use that as an excuse to make a new Emperor figure. Hopefully.
Yeah. And the other one on there, I think that they can use it in a way to kind of show what they're going to do in the Obi-Wan series by having a flashback of Darth Vader. Look, people would lose their mind, brother cousins, if they're watching that and there's a flashback and he has conversations with Darth Vader in a flashback that we didn't see on Bespin or on, Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. Are you kidding me? I mean, can you see it now?
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. I mean, absolutely. I mean, anytime they bring back Tarkin, we even have Tarkin in the what's the animated series?
Bad Batch.
There we go, Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Yeah, so yeah,
Tarkin
nobody
too,
really dies in Star Wars.
Yeah, and look, Shadows of the Empire. Yeah. Man, and Don Prime with the and that's what this guy here. With the hair in the middle, Prince Xizor. Mm-hmm. Look, and they have some Hasbro figures of this, and I can certainly see Filoni. What do you guys think about Prince Xizor? It could, he could be one where they can tie in a little bit with, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a cerebral in a sense too. And it's one that they can tie in where he wants claim to the throne of Jabba's palace. I mean, they could just say, you know what, we don't want to use any of Shadows of the Empire. But what do you guys think on here? Does any of you think that there's a possibility where Filoni would be like, you know what, let's go ahead and bring this character in?
What? Here's my thought real quick on that. Thrawn. That's all you need to know. Because I was concerned when Disney purchased Lucas, and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So now you're telling me everything I've been reading since the early 90s is no longer canon. Right. And that's all we had. Yeah. I mean, we didn't even have prequels. Exactly. Keep in mind. I mean, Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, Last Command. I mean, that's what's launched everything. And then, we didn't even have Phantom Menace yet. So, I hear these news, and then all of a sudden, like, you know what? Actually, we're gonna bring in Thrawn. He's cool. We like him. It's a lot of people that don't know. So I think saw him in Rebels, but he's 1991. He's been around for a minute. So if they're going to bring in Thrawn, or they have brought in Thrawn, they can bring anybody. They technically have all the rights to all that. If I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, but
They
so
do
why-
with this, and they absolutely can bring in some Shadows of the Empire stuff here with Prince Xizor. I think it would be interesting. Now, in the Shadows of the Empire, I think that it was Darth Vader got finally to Prince Xizor and did him in, but you never saw his body, so who knows?
And sorry,
no, go ahead.
one little quick, and I think Fabio mentioned it, and Anthony as well. I mean, they're gonna bring so many characters because they have to bring characters. We need to see them in live action, right? And that's gonna be a perfect opportunity, like Fabio mentioned, for hottoys Hasbro to start making those figures in a more collectible type of way, right? Like hot toys. So I can see a lot of those characters for the Shadows of the Empire to be brought up for the Book of Boba Fett. Definitely, we're gonna see some type of flashback with the Emperor, perhaps Anakin or Darth Vader. Obviously, Darth Vader. The bounty hunters. So we're gonna see a bunch of stuff coming. So that's why I think the Book of Boba Fett is gonna open the doors for possibilities for the new shows, the upcoming shows, right? I think it's gonna be crazy, and just because of that, I think the Obi-Wan show is gonna be super crazy. Now I think the Ahsoka show, then we're gonna have the Andor Cassian show. So I think it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. We're gonna see a bunch of figures coming, really good characters that we never thought we were gonna see on TV are gonna happen.
All right, here we go. We're going to hyperdrive. All right, listen. All right, this is the biggest cash cow in modern times. Okay, it's magic in a bottle. That's all I'm going to say. And I want you to think Disney World, and I want you to think Disney as I put this on the screen. And you're probably going to look to the one on the right, but I'm telling you to look to the one on the left. Is it possible in the Book of Boba Fett that somehow Disney is going to find a way to keep cashing in? Suspense. Let me tell you something about Grogu. Mickey Mouse, excuse me. I mean Grogu, excuse me.
Yeah.
This is the biggest cash cow. They tried to do it, quite frankly, and I love BB-8. That was the idea. They didn't know what they had with this. This is the new Mickey Mouse. I don't think that there's any way in the world, because they want to get people to watch the Book of Boba Fett, and you're going to have grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and non-Star Wars fans. That little green guy in there is the Baby Yoda. Oh, it's in there. I'll watch it. I don't care if it's who's Boba Fett. What say you guys?
He's not going anywhere.
No,
he may be
No,
on
I
a
mean
small
inside.
blip.
No, I mean in the Book of Boba Fett, and he's already been seen on set.
Wow.
I think he's a big part of the whole thing, right? Remember, The Mandalorian is the first live action show that brought all these characters back to life, and it will be crazy to me that they don't even include Grogu in the Book of Boba Fett at some point. I'm leaning towards the end of the season that he's gonna have showed up, maybe with Luke, maybe with even Mando, right, in some type of way. But I mean, they have to include Grogu. They have to. As you said, Aries, this is their baby. This is the new Mickey Mouse, so they can't ignore it.
Yeah, there's a big reason why they'll show this too. But go ahead, keep going, guys. Go
yeah,
ahead.
before the Mandalorian, I mean, when you see the trailer, like, okay, it's a show. Okay, we get it. But like, I think the first episode of the Mandalorian, when they introduced this character, it really brought a lot of people outside of Star Wars into this. It sucked a lot of people in because of Grogu, and it changed in Star Wars merchandise, but also it changed the story of Star Wars because of this character, and it brought a lot of people into the show. And if they exclude him from the Mandalorian show, I don't see a lot of people coming back to see the show. Because this character character brought so many. I'm keep repeating it, but it brought so many people and Disney knows that this is like their cash grab character. And
Yeah,
like,
there's so
like
many
you guys
people
said,
I know.
it's a new Disney. It's a new Disney Mickey Mouse. So
Yep.
And you have to understand too that this figure can't go anywhere anytime soon because I feel like it's heading towards like a Yoda type character. So I feel like he's got to grow. He's got to grow up.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like he's going to be on, if not every show, most shows. You know, just because they just got to keep bringing him along. I feel like at least I don't know, but he's not going anywhere. Period.
I think we'll see him over the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm no joke, because like you're saying, he's going to turn into another Yoda.
Yeah, I won't be
Essentially.
surprised if they actually make a movie out of him. You know.
Yeah, they absolutely will.
He can be a trilogy, a new trilogy.
Exactly.
He
Yeah,
can have his own thing. And like you were saying, there's so many people that I know. In fact, they don't know Star Wars, or they know of it, but they don't watch Star Wars. But they're always like, "Oh, that baby Yoda," or that's just like it's everywhere. It's swept by storm.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
A lot of
for all, like the normies and stuff.
Yeah.
So
my aunt knows nothing about Star Wars. When I showed her this show, I was like, "Please watch. It's gonna be a good show. You're gonna like the first episode, the ending." She was captivated throughout the whole show, and she wanted to watch the whole season in one day. It's that great. I mean, this character brings in like I said, it brings so many people in. It's crazy. So
Yes.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's a great discussion, guys, and I think that for that main reason, they're going to find a way to bring Grogu in this series and have Luke show up. But does that help? Does it help in a way with the upcoming Ahsoka series? And you're saying, well, how is that going to help with Ahsoka and Thrawn? When I put this up on the screen, some of you are going to understand where I'm going with this. Okay? And with 123 in here, could they expand this? It's not just about Grogu, and it's not just about Luke, but bringing them in can set the table for a character that I know 1,000% is coming in. And I'm going to go ahead and put it up. And some of you will know that this is Mara Jade.
Mara Jade.
Mara Jade.
You
The
really think
Emperor's
so?
hand, baby. And let me tell you something. Man, I'm going to spill my coffee just looking at this. It's time to set this up. They can do so much with Mara.
Yes.
Come on, go ahead, guys. Tell me.
Absolutely. 100%. I see
didn't
this
think they were gonna do
happening
it.
maybe next season.
Like,
Yeah,
I would love them to do it, but I was thinking this was so far out left field that they weren't going to do it.
I don't think so. I think it's one of those characters that I think they will definitely, bring to the Star Wars shows.
But then they're definitely pulling from Legends, and now it's going to confuse a lot of. I mean, and not that I want her to be there.
Yeah, I would.
It's interesting that they're re-releasing a lot of these Legends books now too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I heard like Don Prime. I've heard the rumors too. Brie Larson. That they're signed her or they're signing her for Mara Jade. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of rumors that they're thinking of creating this arc. And I think the reason 6 scale is because of they want to do something more with Luke.
And one thing
that would make sense.
Have we got I don't think we got any type of confirmation that the Luke Skywalker show is a go, right? I think it's more like rumors, right?
Speculation, right?
It's speculations. I can see her being in that show, or she can be in the Mandalorian season, at the end of the season or something like that, like just to introduce the character. Maybe not like the character itself, but kind of like what happened with General Thrawn, that they talk about it, and as soon as you heard the name, you were like, oh shoot, wait a second,
that was the most exciting thing for me,
right? Just the name. Maybe
the whole series,
right? Maybe on the Ahsoka show, maybe some type of mission or whatever. Oh, we need to find Mara Jane. Oh shoot, everybody's gonna be like, oh my god, it could happen. I mean, who knows at this point?
No, you're right.
They're bringing a lot of things. So
there are so many possibilities, aren't there? I mean, this stuff is kind of crazy. And when you really think about it, guys, and everyone in the chat, there are some scenarios where you can see Filoni and Favreau. I mean, they could have they're almost like kids in a. It's almost like when we're back in the 70s playing with our Kenner Star Wars figures. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's bring this one in. Look, I am going to bring this one up. there's a reason I'm going to bring this up, and I think it's going to make sense. And let me go ahead, and I kind of want it to be a little bit of a surprise. But some of you might get right away where I'm going with this. It's going to be a familiar face that we always spill our coffee on. And I know Don Prime and Fabio, you know that this figure's coming, but it's not just about this figure. So let me go ahead and bring this up, though, with like this. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Here's the thing. Everyone in the chat, you guys in there. When it comes to Grogu, when it comes to Mickey Mouse, when it comes to the cash cow, brother, remember that Obi-Wan said, I'll take Luke, I'll take the boy to Tatooine. And Bail Organa said, I'll go ahead and take the girl. My wife and I will raise her as our own. Okay? Grogu was rescued from the temple somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that Alderaan blew up in A New Hope. Stay with me here. I'll try and break this down quick. But that doesn't mean a senator or someone like Bail Organa was home. He could have been anywhere in the galaxy at that point. And is it possible? Because there was already a precedent set with these three that Yoda and Obi-Wan still stayed in contact with Bail Organa. And it was actually Bail Organa the whole time, Jimmy Smits, baby, that had Grogu maybe under some type of surveillance or at some point working with Luke or something to that effect, where he had him at a certain point, and that's why he wasn't at Luke's temple. Are you guys following me? Because they already set a precedent of hiding Luke and hiding Leia. And it was these three. Is it possible that they can bring Bail Organa in this in a way that is far-fetched, but I could see it? What say you guys?
I have a wild. It is a good back. A good point. I have a one that is kind of wild one. You see episode 1 when Qui-Gon Jinn went to Tatooine and started talking to Anakin's mother, right? How was the kid born? Right?
Yes.
Do you think that probably happened with Grogu? It wasn't not even rescue. Maybe he wasn't in the temple, because I think Don mentioned in one of his shows that Grogu and Darth Vader are pretty much the same age. Is that
Right.
Is that what I mean? I can be wrong, but do you think that's probably what happened? Maybe he wasn't in the temple at all. Maybe he just born. He was made.
He might have just been born and made. That is a point. I do think he was in a temple because in episode 5 with Ahsoka, I think it was 5. Yes, that was episode 5 of season 2. Ahsoka said that Grogu was rescued from the temple.
Yeah, they touched on
all right,
that.
so then so then ignore my my stupid comment.
But it could be something. It could be somewhere
No,
along
it's not
those
stupid.
lines.
It makes sense. Yeah, we're trying to put some things together.
But they're breadcrumbing they're breadcrumbing us right now. They're giving us these little. Oh, okay. So he was in a temple. Okay, what was he doing there? How did he get there?
And also, you kind of look at Bail Organa like, okay, he's the father of Leia. He set this up with Obi-Wan. These three had a secret mission to hide them. And remember, here's the thing that I'm going to blow your guys' mind with. In Return of the Jedi, or in Empire Strikes Back, actually, Obi-Wan said, that boy is our only hope. And Yoda said, there is another. But he didn't say Leia. He didn't say it could be that he was actually referring to Grogu. There's a way that they could make this work.
Oh, yeah.
Or
They could.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep.
And we don't know much about their race either.
Yeah, nothing.
No, that wasn't joke.
Nothing.
It just happened to be, you know how these people are, right? They, when the original movies were made, they have some type of dialogue, some type of, quotes, whatever. And then over time, when creators come in, they need to figure out a way to introduce something in some of the quotes. I think I'm leaning towards that Grogu is the chosen one. That, because if you think about it, for Luke to come to his rescue, right? And doing that amazing entrance, it is because of a reason. Now they need to explain to us, because if Luke took him, right, to build his temple, Jedi, training, whatever, what happened, and that's what I need to explain. What happened during the Kylo Ren madness and start killing everyone? What happened with Grogu then, right? It's a lot of things, but I think he is the chosen one. And going back to Eri's point about the catch cow from Disney, I can see movies from Grogu movies in the future, like to explain it in more depth, doing a trilogy out of it. It is very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, and here's another thing. Look, I know I got some comments. Aries is high. Look, there might be a lot of crazy Hot Toys wizard juice. Listen, remember what Mace Windu said, or to Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, where they're on the transport bus, and Anakin actually asked him, isn't he supposed, or Obi-Wan asked him, isn't he supposed to be the chosen one? And then Mace Windu said, so the prophecy says. And what did Yoda say? He said, a prophecy misread could have been.
Correct.
There's so many ways that they could go with this. They've already laid it out. So it's just interesting. It's going to be very interesting how they tie that in for sure. And thank you, 808 Michigan Jedi. Do you got the bops? Because I got another one that is going to help you, that you're going to need a lot of bops for. We've already talked about it. But, okay, look, we got Mara in the background. We've got Ahsoka. And we've got Thrawn. And KG, guys, brother, cousins, everyone. There's so many ways. Is it possible that they can use the Book of Boba Fett not just for all the bounty hunters, and the bounty hunters are back, and there's going to be a lot of fan service? Could they be using the Book of Boba Fett to set up the Ahsoka series, to set up
100%.
other series, and bring these characters
Absolutely.
in? Let's say,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, they're following the MCU recipe book.
Yep.
yes,
There you go.
And that's the bottom line.
There you go.
So we got Ahsoka introduced. So now, you've piqued people's interest. Oh, I have something to look forward to now. Oh, now you're talking about Thrawn. I have more to look forward to, right? Boba Fett's going to come out. They're going to do, similar to the end credit type scenes, like on the Marvel movies, but maybe not end credit. They'll just start peppering these other things in that's going to grab your interest. Oh, what's going on with that? There's going to be a show now, and they're just going to keep it all intertwined.
I heard somewhere, and I don't know how much truth it is. It was probably on some YouTube channel, but that the Mandalorian actually, they have, of course, they're working on the third season. They're working on, and they're writing the fourth season. And after the fourth season of the Mandalorian, there was not going to be any more Mandalorian, and everybody was like, "Oh, what?" But what's going to happen is the characters from the Mandalorian would trickle over into another show, like an Ahsoka show or any other show. So they would just keep trickling over to different shows. So it would be the end of the Mandalorian show in title, but those characters would move on to maybe movies or other shows.
I heard that they're gonna. I mean, that's obviously there's a lot of things being said, but I heard that it's gonna be some type of change the name along the road. Like I think it will make more sense to introduce those characters to other shows than changing the name completely from the show, because it will throw a lot of people off.
It'll confuse a lot of people, because you got to remember, we're like super fans.
Yeah.
But the majority of people are just normies that like the show. Yep. Or they're just into it, but they're not like into it. So now all of a sudden the names change. They don't know what's going on. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Right.
They're going to treat it. It's literally the Star Wars universe now.
Right. You cannot go from the Mandalorian to El Grogu. It's like, we're like, what the hell is this? Because like this guy over here.
Yeah, I mean, after watching Rebels last year, because I got to watch it, and I loved the character of Thrawn. Like, I loved it so much. Like, a couple of months ago, I actually got the books. I got all the books from that series. I can't wait to start reading them. And I just love.
I don't know what you're doing. You need to be reading those.
I'm gonna be reading them. Don't worry. I love the character of Thrawn. I mean, it's just the way he thinks is just he's 10 times ahead of everybody, and
It's Sun
such a
Tzu
great
and Sherlock
character.
Holmes just kind of mashed together.
Exactly. It's just, yeah, I can't. I really. It's pretty evident that he's going to be in the Ahsoka show. I mean, and that's all what Ahsoka's trying to do is trying to find. I'm blanking out his name. From Rebels, the main character, the oh my god, the one they're trying to find.
Was it Ezra?
Ezra. Oh my god, Ezra. They're trying to find Ezra, and Thrawn's with him.
Yeah,
So
they confirmed him too, right?
Yeah, they confirmed that too.
Yeah,
and I cannot wait for that one. It's going to be a great show.
Yep.
Well, listen, I'm a voodoo child. You're way too kind. The Matrix Neo has his oracle, but we have ours. Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington. Aries, thanks for great shows and the best panels. You all rock. Look, these panels are great because all of these guys are fantastic. You need to make sure you subscribe to Brother Cousins and to KG Collector and Fabio and Dante the Man of Hot Collectibles and the 6 Scale Mafia. Are you kidding me? That's what makes this so great. And okay, so this one over here, I'm going to go ahead and put this up because to me, this is 1,000% going to happen. But is it possible, guys, that in the Book of Boba Fett, where everybody thought it was going to happen in the Mandalorian season 2, that we actually get, on your right, do we get Sabrine? Do we get Sabrine
100
Ren? And for
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? And let me actually put up a picture where it actually, a little more recognizable with the helmet there for some people.
And I'm surprised that she wasn't in the Mandalorian because she was with Ahsoka. And, at the end of the Rebels.
Yeah, but they can only put in so much.
That's true. And I'm wondering what happened.
We're looking at one season.
That's
one
true.
Season of Mando was like this explosion.
Yeah,
there
was a lot of great characters, but I'm kind of surprised that she wasn't with Ahsoka because I know at the end of the Rebels that they were trying to find Ezra, and I wonder how she's going to be introduced in Ahsoka show. So
she's more likely than any other Legends because you got to figure anything from Clone Wars, anything from Rebels, that's coming to live action.
Yeah. All right, 6 Scale, but hold you. More likely or less likely? Let me put this on the screen. You're gonna love it though. You're gonna spill your coffee over it. More likely or less likely than Sabrine Red? It's a twister, Jango.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
He's talked about it like how many times already in the Mandalorian?
How is that even gonna work?
Flashbacks.
Yeah,
here's the thing with flashbacks, though, right? Because we keep talking about flashbacks. We're talking about like Obi-Wan may have flashbacks. Boba Fett may have. Are they going to go down that route? Do you think like we're going to have all these shows that are going to have their main story, but then they're all going to have these flashbacks, or do you think we're going to just try to we're going to have an original moving forward story? Because
flashbacks.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Flashbacks are the easiest way to put somebody into a show, a movie. Or
I agree.
Yeah.
So
I just don't know if it's going to be like a shoehorned situation if they go that route.
Well, I do see your point. I can
see them doing it a couple of times. Like if you look at how they do it as plot devices, like how it's done. Like I was recently watching some Arrow reruns and how they do flashbacks in Arrow and stuff like that. They could do that a little bit.
That's their format,
just to tie the stories together, maybe.
Just don't overdo it. I think when you overdo it, it's just
right.
Yeah, if it's overdone, because in Arrow's situation, that's the format. Every season of Arrow had that was what kind of made it unique in that sense because it was deliberate. It was intentional from the get-go.
Exactly.
What I can see on this is that they can start the show with kind of like what happened like 20 years ago or something like that, and then give you some type of plot from there, like somebody took something and escaped from whatever, and then start the story from the beginning, from the actual time. Right, that's how they can bring those type of things. Because I agree, like having flashbacks like all the time is like you kind of like, oh shoot, But if you start the story, right? If you start the story originally like from 20, 30 years or whatever time, and then continue the story from the current time, it will make more sense because now you say, oh shoot, that's right. This guy escaped. This guy took this. Now they need to find out where's that.
Right.
Who's
Yeah.
So maybe they can because think about it. In the Mandalorian, we didn't have a lot of flashbacks. I think the only flashback we got, if I can be wrong, was when the Heavy Mando showed up, right? When what was the other one? It was two that I can remember. It was that
First
one.
episode, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, the first episode had it.
Sorry, yeah, it was one flashback that I think Din Djarin was remember when he was rescued.
Yeah, that was episode 8 where Death Watch came and helped him.
Death
Yeah.
Watch, right?
I think that was more just trying
Death
to
Watch, yeah,
set
no.
up the character because we don't know
Yeah,
who Mandalorian
exactly.
is.
And that's it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it was more than that.
Yeah. I think each episode was like building up to like who saved him in that time.
Right.
Yeah.
So
They could do
Right,
something
the
like
Night
that.
Watch. The Night Watch, yeah. That's what he's
so
saying.
maybe if they
Death
do
Watch,
this
there you
type
go.
of shows, they don't gonna. I mean, they're gonna have some type of flashback, but it's gonna be very subtle, like one
Yeah,
here, one there.
exactly.
That's it.
I think
They have to do it tastefully, otherwise
Mhm.
it'll like Six Scale Mafia said, it probably wouldn't work well. But if they do it in the right way, but
Right.
it's going to lead into this.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
first, let me go ahead and just read Mike Hawes' $5 super chat. Thank you. The next years of Hot Toys will be Star Wars villains. We are getting Inquisitors and Bounty Hunters for sure, and lots of them. It's a good point. I think you're going to certainly see, as we've been flashing up on here, you're going to see a whole lot of villains, Mike. And
Yeah.
let me go ahead and bring this up because I almost think they almost have to put this in a flashback to tell a story. But the Six Scale Mafia's point, maybe it's just kind of like how they did. If you guys remember in The Mandalorian in season 1, those flashbacks of him first being taken, by, when his parents were killed.
Yep.
So if
Right.
they did that in the same way, when I show this on the screen, get ready, hold your coffee tight.
Yeah, or like Jyn Erso.
Wow, yeah.
Because listen, I mean, Aurra Singh. I mean, there's got to be some type of tale of him with her.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
what I wanted to say about what you guys were talking about before.
Right.
I feel like Favreau and Filoni are gonna do. I mean, the reason why they get paid what they get paid is for a reason, and I feel like they're gonna fit them in the most subtle way, where it's not gonna be us sitting there expecting this, whether it's a flashback or whatever. I think it's gonna happen when we least expect it, and we're all gonna be shocked.
Yep. And did she survive towards the Clone Wars, by the way, or is she dead? I forgot. I vaguely
She's
remember.
dead. I mean, they could always find a way.
Oh,
you
that's true.
know. Here's the thing with that, and this is very interesting. And Filoni and Favreau, and this is science fiction. Okay, Darth Maul was cut in half. He cut in half and fell down a shaft.
Yeah.
Mace Windu flew out a window. He's coming back. A window. We're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, the Emperor was killed by Luke. He's back.
Yeah.
Come on. So what was this in Solo, the movie that didn't do anything in the box office? Was it Tobias Beckett or one of those guys said that he killed her? That's like me saying that I beat Darth Vader in a fight. You can either believe me or you don't believe me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Good point.
Yeah.
Well, and the
She
thing
can
that
be
you brought
alive.
up
She can be a regular
earlier.
character.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think flashbacks need to have like a meaning towards the reason why they're showing this flashbacks, they have to have sort of like an ending thing where like, oh, this character's coming back. I think maybe she might be still alive. Maybe towards the end of the episode, we're like, oh, that's a little tease for next season.
Well, I think the only way they
she-
can really pull it is in the first episode.
Yeah.
Maybe the first episode starts, and it could be something very simple, just some exposition. It'll be like the little text across the screen will say like,
Yeah.
20 years ago, or just show the actual Star Wars date, right?
Yeah. Something like Rogue One,
That the
where-
audience knows this is the past and something happened, and then it flashes into the
exactly.
present day, and then we can kind of carry on through this
Yeah.
little web of flashbacks.
All right, listen, I'm going to get to my final two here. And to me, this is 1,000% going to happen. It's going to be the way to bring this character back into the Star Wars universe. It's probably been kept under wraps. It's going to be epic. It's going to be sensational. And it's going to be one of Boba Fett's missions in life to absolutely get revenge. And you guys know what I'm going to put on the screen. And I'm telling you, Sam Jackson is going to be in this thing. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on. It's the time.
Yes.
Look, he killed his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
there's
wants
no
to come back.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna forget about that. No, there has to be a way that he comes back in the series. There's no way he could just forget about it. Like, oh yeah, he killed my dad, so what? It's fine.
I think this
So,
is
like,
going to be
honestly,
like.
yeah.
I think this is going to be like the final shot at the season finale. This is going to be like the end credit scene.
Oh, man.
We just see him pop on
Yeah.
screen. We're going to lose our shit.
Yeah.
And I don't think they could ever top Luke Skywalker coming back in his prime like that. But this is going to be.
It'll be close.
This is
Yeah.
damn close. Like this is right there, right?
You're right, baby.
And another thing, the age is just perfect, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Right.
I mean, how Samuel Jackson looks now with the eye, and I think I pulled a picture on my stream the other day.
That fan art was phenomenal.
Yeah,
that was
That
crazy.
fan art-
Just imagine. I can see that happening. I agree with Anthony towards the end of the show to build up for the Mandalorian season 3. Like he has to be included in that somewhere, or maybe, I mean, maybe not, but let's say possibly in the Obi-Wan show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why not?
possibly that too. Either or.
The
Obi-Wan-
maybe he dies fighting Vader, and that's
Yeah.
maybe he actually fights revenge with Anakin, who cut his arm. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff.
Look, they know how much reaction did they get with bringing Luke in here, bringing Ahsoka in here, bringing Boba Fett in here. Boba's not dead. Can you imagine bringing back Sam Jackson?
People will lose their mind. I'm telling you.
They're thinking of this.
Yes.
I mean,
I really hope we get a Mace in the future, because right now we definitely need a Mace. Either if it's Revenge of the Sith or in these upcoming Star Wars projects, because we need one. We definitely need one.
I'm getting a call. Let me pick this up right now. Hello. Okay, well now you sound like Katie Sackhoff, Wizard. Is this a fact? I'm gonna put myself out in the line over here. Are you sure? All right, baby. Keep that Katie Sackhoff voice. I like it. Why you're not hanging up? All right. Bye to you too. There's a Hot Toys Wizard. And did the Hot Toys Wizard say that Mace Windu is going to show up in the Book of Boba Fett? And I say yes. There you go.
Mother.
If we're talking about legend characters, real quick, and because I noticed there, KG, you were showing these books, but what do you think about? Well, I still have my first editions, but what about Sabayoth?
Can you zoom that in? I can't.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Oh wow.
I think there's a wizard.
That is
Sabayoth. You'll have to read these books. Yeah, I have all.
Just the heir to the Empire. Yes.
Yeah, these are
all my originals.
Yes, actually.
First print, first edition, and then the Last Command.
Damn,
and if you guys haven't read these, and you're kind of worried about it's not canon or anything, this is the sequel trilogy.
I'll definitely pick these up once I'm done with these ones.
Back in the 90s, I used to take road trips to New York all the time with my family, and I remember we played a couple of those on the we had the tapes, the audio books, and that was some good times. Good read. Those are good reads.
They are, and the new audiobooks are good too. There's Mark Thompson is the narrator. If you like audiobooks, I listen to all these, and they're really good. Awesome. They're really good.
I gotta check those out.
I just got to say it, man. I love Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, well, look at this. What single songwriter said. I had no idea, but Samuel L. Jackson Twitter page. He made a hashtag Mace Windu lives. He got a little heat for it, but out there, it got out there either already. Wow. Yeah, I just really feel this. I mean, to me, it's a no brainer. That they're they kept Luke from us. They kept that from that Mark Hamill appearance. And I don't think to 6 scale Mafia, your point, you're going to top Luke because it's Luke Skywalker.
Right.
But I think people are going to be blown away with this Samuel L. Jackson one. But listen, guys, you're missing the figure that you really want in closing here tonight. You know, you guys haven't talked about it. I'm a little bit surprised. You want it more than any other Star Wars figure. This is the one that you're looking for. It's actually a set. So, you know, who knows how much it's going to be, but it's the one that you all want. And everybody in the chat wants. Look, you want OG characters, right? Come on. And you guys haven't talked about this. This is the one you want.
If I pick up that sideshow Jabba, I would get all these, like all original. I just try to make this crazy, awesome scene, but I remember that.
Come on, let this soak in. You know, I'd love it if somehow he hired him back in and he showed up and played. Come on, baby. Besides Snootles, are you kidding me?
And where's Lando? Is he not coming soon?
You know what?
Yeah,
That's a great point. Where is that?
You know,
and I'm
he's
pulling this
silent.
up here
He's been up
because
there forever.
OG fan said, I got to look for it now. Maybe someone can help me find it. OG fan, thank you for the $2 bomb. You missed my standard Boba Fett super chat. Let me see if I could go back. Anyone know where that is?
I think that Lando figure's underproduced. I don't think there's a lot of them.
No, I think it'll. Yeah, I agree.
That figure's gonna sell out pretty quick.
Yep. And it's probably gonna come on time. I don't think it's gonna be earlier.
Yeah, when is it?
I found it. OG fan.
Q1 next year.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here's OG fan. Just got here, so Hot Toys give me all the OT bounty hunters. Boba Fett is the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. Must have all Boba Fett's. Look, we talked about this in the beginning of the show. How many people, OG fan, when Star Wars is just Star Wars, are going to skip on that 2-pack and they're going to think like you with Boba Fett in the robes? And man, that figure set. It's a good point. OG fan, I appreciate the support. I was so good on the super chat tonight. I got everybody. And then this one kind of slipped in there. Oh, my goodness gracious. But you guys were just bringing up a character. You said Lando.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. Dante, in closing here, they're coming out with a Lando series, aren't they? Is it possible that in some type of flashback, they're going to set something up with Boba in the past, and whether they use what is it, Donald Glover who paid that? You guys know?
Yep. Yeah, Donald Glover.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, why not? He's established. He's canon. He's in the movies.
Yep.
I don't think he played a bad Lando. I think he played really well.
No, I think he
was good.
Did a great job.
Yeah. He did a really good job.
I actually liked him in the movie more than I did the other characters. So
yeah,
I think he did a pretty good job.
I'm just glad we can all talk about Star Wars again.
I know.
I mean, like legit, like in an excited way, not such a divisive way. Like that's now in the past. We're moving on. You know, now we have all this stuff to look forward to, and we can all come together as fans and just enjoy Star Wars, because that's what it's all about, right? Being entertained, having that enjoyment, and being able to discuss it with everybody.
Yeah,
I agree. And here's my prediction with that Lando from for the Hot Toys, right, for the 40th anniversary one. So it received mixed feelings, especially the Haskell. A lot of people, it doesn't look like Lando. I don't like it. Blah blah blah. I mean, look what happened with Rey, and that was our very first topic of the night about Rey. How awesome she came out. I mean, it's not the best in the world, don't make me wrong, but a huge improvement from the prototype for sure.
Yeah.
So if this Lando, right, gets that love and he gets an improvement on the head sculpt, this guy will not last. No way he will.
And he's perfectly priced too. I think the price
he's very affordable.
Priced.
And I think this figure will get a director Krennic effect as well. I think
it's gonna be one like that.
He will not sit on Sideshow for a very long time. I don't think he's gonna even hit Sideshow. He's gonna be sold out on pre-order.
Right. If they manage to, which I think is kind of because that's the pattern that we've seen lately from Hot Toys. Doing some type of upgrades to the head sculpt, some improvements. Look what happened with Hulk. Look what happened with Rey. Look what happened with Kylo Ren. Look
Yep.
what happened with Wanda. You know, all those characters. Look what happened now with Mark 85 with the so you know,
Yeah.
we have a lot of a lot of precedent about it. So I have a feeling that this is gonna be improved, and this is gonna be, as soon as it's out, a lot of people are gonna be like super
Yeah.
into it and then gone.
Super
You gotta
Grail.
think,
It's
time
a,
and
it's a
time
future
again,
Grail. It
Yeah.
absolutely
This
This
is
always
the definitive
happens.
Lando to have. It's
It always happens with hot toys too. Keep that in mind. I don't know how many times we've seen this. We've seen pictures, and there's always going to be people that dislike the sculpt. There's people going to like the sculpt, but a lot of people don't factor in, the lighting, the exposure, the photographer. It's one thing just seeing the pictures, not to mention
Prototype.
updated sculpts, but then when you have them in your hand, I mean, that's a whole
It's
different
a totally
game.
different story. It's a different story.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
different story.
Plus,
Totally
the
different.
most important point: this is a prototype. It's not the final product.
There you go.
Yes, we can have an argument that sometimes the prototype looks excellent and then the final production dies
Right.
out, right? Because it's too many hands touching the painting, whatever. We can agree with that, right? But most of the time, if we go recently, we've seen pretty much really good head sculpts. A lot of upgrades. So this one I don't think is going to be an exception, especially because it's an OT character. It's a 40th anniversary with a nice packaging.
Yeah.
They have to nail this one.
Yeah. All we need from Empire Strikes Back is Bespin Han and Bespin Luke. Those are the two main characters that I can think of from this movie that we need.
Right, and Bespin Luke is still a goal as far as I was told. So
I'm surprised it hasn't been
you know,
announced yet. That figure has been.
it could be any time. I mean, and we're probably gonna get surprises as well.
So
you
is
know,
it going
a lot
to be a straight reissue, or is it going to be like a totally different figure?
No, it's
with-
gonna be like a 2.0.
2.0.
And also a lot of people asking me, and I know this is not related to Star Wars, but the DeLorean expect to see the DeLorean as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's
Oh,
gonna
that
happen.
DeLorean's
I'm
coming out.
hearing
They
it
With-
be
got Josh
interchangeable.
Brown
telling
and
me
Marty
anything.
McFly. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, without my
That's a
sources telling me
no-brainer.
anything, it's gonna happen. It
Yeah.
has to be. I mean, there's no way.
And let me tell you about another Grail here. That Lando, I talked about it in earlier shows this week. It's you look at all the original trilogy characters. You look at Han, Leia, Luke. Original trilogy Hot Toys characters in the secondary market, they are off the charts.
Yeah.
When you get Lando, trust me, it won't be long before that's 500 plus.
yeah. And
Yes.
it's a good price right now. It's $235. It's a really good deal.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and there's no way people that want original trilogy characters, Lando is a must. And what about this one? Are you kidding me? Another one I think people are sleeping
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
This
Guys,
is another one. Yeah.
When
Come
Jazzing
Yep.
drops that
Jazzing.
snow speeder,
Oh,
that's when
my
selling out.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
I'm
mean,
just,
it's big though, 3 feet by 3 feet.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
big.
Yep.
A lot
I mean,
of people were complaining that they were reusing the head sculpt of the last Return of the Jedi. I don't mind it. I
Who
think it looks
cares?
good. I think it's a really good sculpt.
Yeah,
either way.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
mind it
yeah.
either, especially with
Yeah.
this outfit and this hair sculpt.
Yeah, I don't get the fuss about it. I just don't understand it. But yeah,
And it
this
can
figure-
change too.
That's
It
true.
can
It could
change.
change,
Yeah.
But this is a figure I'm tempted to get. I'm not fully sold on just because of that price tag, but I am tempted. So
Yeah, and this one looks actually much better. I think maybe and I agree with Anthony. I mean, sometimes the pictures that we got are really not the greatest.
No, look how dark that looks, for example.
Is right. Is the exposure, the lighting, how it is. I'm not a professional photographer by all means, but I do see pictures from other photographers that are much better than the actual prototype and the actual official promo pictures.
I think you just
Um,
got to get it in hand to be convinced. I think
Yeah.
there's no other
I
way.
was just gonna say the one thing I've never done is prejudge a figure before it's out, because
Yes.
like you guys are saying, there's lighting, there's things that affect pictures,
Exactly.
and their prototype. I feel like it's always the best. You know what I mean? But we've
Yeah.
got figures that have been just as good after the prototype. So I see something come out. You hear what people say, you read people's comments. Oh, it doesn't look like this one, or blah blah blah. I don't ever say anything until I get it in my hand, and then I speak about it, because you
Agreed.
just
Agreed.
Exactly.
That's why when I do my figure previews, I never say, "Oh, this is trash. Don't buy it." Whatever. I just say, I mean, just keep in mind this is a prototype.
Yeah.
This can change. If you don't see the likeness, don't think it's gonna be like that. They're gonna improve it, and they've done it. I mean, they've done it many times. So that's something that I don't like to criticize when I do figure previews. Mainly, I like to see the outfit, the accessories. If you can see some type of improvement with the headscope, if it's a character like Luke, for example, right, that you have other figures, trying to see if this is the same headscope or reuse, whatever, things like that. But yeah, I agree. Until you have it in hand, you're gonna be able to make your own judgment better.
I am so looking forward to this figure. I mean,
Me
it was
too.
my most I was looking forward to this the most until the season 2 Mandalorian came out, Luke. But both of them, I can't wait for this. I know that Desi, our friend Desi, who could be on here today, this is his most sought out after figure for next year, and I think it is for a lot of people. I mean, this Snowspeeder Pilot Luke original trilogy is special for a lot of
us.
fans.
I
can wait for this one.
It's great being able to grab it retail. So like, get on it. Like, I'm not just saying it. Like, they're not
I mean, there's no way.
Get on it.
I mean, do you guys see any scenario with this Luke figure? I mean, in the secondary market where it's like sitting around at like 290 or 300. I mean, it's just I don't see it.
Anything
the first month. The
this
first
Luke
month
is very
tops,
unique.
maybe.
It's very, very unique. And do you guys think now this Luke has been announced and we're going to be getting it? This is taking place also. You could say also during the where Yoda is. Do you guys think they might reissue that Yoda to kind of pair up with this guy? Because I have a feeling they're going to reissue that one.
I sure hope so.
Yeah,
I can see that happening.
I think that'll be a pretty good display to have him talking to Yoda and being annoyed by him.
Or they just call it like a Return of the Jedi or something. They'll change the name.
Or maybe do a training training Jedi.
Training version,
training version of Luke, with Yoda, when he's,
so many different Lukes out there. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it could be another version easily, They can
Keep
use
in mind,
the best
so
Ben
far, we
outfit.
haven't had a reissue yet for Star Wars.
We did have a 2.0 version of that Han and Chewbacca set way back in A New Hope. I know that they did it. I think they did what's it called? A re-release thing.
Yeah, I think they did with that one. You're right.
Yeah, I
you're
think
right.
that might have been that was it. But like,
they did the Attack of the
labels,
Clones Yoda. They did the Attack of the Clones.
That's true.
One.
They also did re-release that because a lot of people really wanted that figure too. So,
but I don't know what you guys think. I mean, I think that the way that they captured Yoda from Empire Strikes Back, I think that figures. I don't have it, but all the reviews I've seen, it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Fabio is showing the sideshow one, I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah, down there I see it.
That's because I think Sideshow did two versions of this, didn't they?
They did a good version.
It's in the side. It's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, that's a pretty
right.
good.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I saw. I actually was tempted to buy it when I saw it because it looks very nice with the helmet on. Without the helmet, it doesn't look that great, but with it, looks really good.
Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. And that's the thing too. If people, if you like the figure, buy the figure. Don't listen to anybody else's opinion.
Agree.
That's the main thing. Like, because I think if you enjoy a figure, you pick it up. That does look awesome too.
No, it's very basic, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you don't sleep on those figures. You don't. I mean, if you are a true Star Wars fan, and of course, if you can afford it, if you have your numbers set, get it. Right. If you can, you can. But yeah, you don't sleep on those type of OT figures.
No.
No,
he'll go quick. This Luke's gonna go quick.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Absolutely.
Him and Lando are a blink of an eye. They're gone.
I don't hear a lot of people talking about these two figures, so it's
no. And I think it was a good point that you brought up KG and you guys talking about with the Empire Strikes Back Yoda. Is it possible that could be a reissue, or they put that out even as to I think you said that Mafia, on the Return of the Jedi label, or something like that? They can absolutely.
I think if they were to reissue that, it would definitely improve this figure. With pre-orders, because a lot of people really want to recreate that scene in Empire Strikes Back. So if they announce it at the right time, this will definitely improve on the pre-orders. Like they should have released Mace Windu a couple of months ago, even 2-3 years ago, even more than that.
I mean, we just barely got Qui-Gon too. Keep that in mind.
Exactly. Yeah. I do have Qui-Gon. Yeah. It's a beautiful figure. That's my first Jedi figure, and it's really, really good. So
it's just a matter of time, I think. that we're gonna get all those
I think Hot
characters that we're
Toys is just
missing.
playing the testy game for that Jango Fett to see if that actually does well, and then they will release a Mace Windu. So
Well, it's
see
just
what happens.
unfortunate because
Well,
right now
vice
they're
versa,
not
right?
relevant. That's
I'm
the
sorry?
thing. They're not relevant right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Mhm.
Qui-Gon has not been relevant, and you know what I mean. For example, that we've got the shows. That's what's driving the economy right now. Mandalorian, Boba.
Exactly. And you
So
have
they'll put them out little by little. We'll get them all, like Dante was saying. We'll get them all. It's just a matter of time.
Eventually.
right. You have to realize that, you know, for example, this no speeder Luke, there's so much other Star Wars stuff going on right now that this figure is kind of forgotten a little bit. But wait until it gets closer to release date, it's going to blow up.
Oh yeah,
Oh yes.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, you see Luke in the secondary market right now, and
There's
I
a
was
lot.
bringing up even the sequel Lukes, and forget about the Stormtrooper Luke, and even the Farm Boy Luke. I mean, I think a lot of people have talked about, the Farm Boy Luke is, you know, the one that's least. I actually got that figure. That figure's actually really good. I like
It looks good.
He's
It
awesome.
looks
I love
good.
all the
Love that
accessories.
figure.
But that figure's like over $400 for the Farm Boy Luke. I mean, that one. Oh, I mean, all the Lukes, and that one
All of
keeps
them,
climbing
yeah.
up.
My Stormtrooper Han and Luke are both up there now too.
Yeah, you know, Return of the Jedi anniversary is coming up pretty soon, and you know, we could see a lot of reissues from that line. You know, Emperor is one of them. Darth, you know, we never got 6-scale Darth Vader from that movie. You know, we could get an Anakin,
no, I got
an old
just the
Anakin.
quarter
That's
scale.
cool. I would
Which
love
actually is
to
right
have
there.
that. Yeah, they have a quarter scale, and the quarter scale looks amazing.
Oh, that's
he's
got to
awesome.
be coming.
Wow.
It's,
think-
yeah,
I
they're
mean-
definitely going to make a 1/6 scale version of that. That head sculpt,
Yeah.
that 1/4 scale head sculpt looks amazing, and they could shrink that into 1/6 scale.
I
it's a
agree,
really
and
good
and I
sculpt.
and I think more than reissues, I think they're gonna do 2.0s. Like they're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
upgrade
Yeah.
something. They're gonna, you know,
He's gonna be
because
amazing.
you know, if you look at the pattern, they haven't done any
Yeah, look at
reissues for
that.
the OT figures. So I think it's gonna be more like maybe a new figure altogether.
And that would be smart.
Nice.
This is the quarter scale right here.
It's
That is
really
nice.
cool.
Tell me that's not this
That's him.
is the
That's amazing.
definitive perfect Vader.
Oh
Nice.
wow! I need the 6-scale one, baby.
I know, right? But I just
I'm almost out
I
of
had
coffee
look,
at
I mean,
this
he's
time of the
huge.
night, but you're kidding me! Wow.
Yeah, that's.
I love. Yeah, he's the best. He's the if they make him, and you're right, it's coming up. Return of the Jedi is coming.
It's coming.
He's coming. He's coming.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, I've just about wiped out, but you know, this is one of the most fun live streams I've ever done because I feel like we could keep talking till 2 a.m.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is great.
know what time
Nothing
it
forced
is. Yeah.
here, baby. But listen, I want to give you guys like 30 seconds each because now for some reason your names pop up. I really didn't do anything, but thank goodness. I want to promote your channels. I think all your channels are great. Take 30 seconds. 6-scale Mafia, talk about your channel real quick. What you got going on?
I have a lot going on. But it's gonna be more along the lines of Star Trek related stuff.
Cool.
So I kind of leave
Gotcha.
it at that. But I'm still gonna be doing reviews on Hot Toys as well.
Okay.
And then, you know, we do our streams on Fridays usually too. So that's really all that's going on right now. But I try to do a lot of different things if you've seen some of my videos. Like I try to give it a different experience with the reviews. So there's going to be a lot coming.
Good. Well,
That's
I got
really
the
all I
link
can
to
say
you
right now.
in the video description below. Dante, I got your link in the video description below. What you got going on here, buddy?
Well, I have few reviews coming. Aaron Patriot is coming. Marty McFly is coming. Another horror review is coming as well. Jason, finally, I got Jason from Comic Concepts. So that one is coming probably tomorrow night or Sunday. The 6-scale Unfiltered show is coming as well, probably tomorrow night. So you know, I need to coordinate with my friend Isika Bergulus. So that's probably coming as
Easy.
well. And yeah, we have a we're gonna have a new show starting very soon. We're working on the details, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be more like a live stream on a weekday. I'm trying to decide which day it's gonna be, and it's gonna be me and one new guest every show. So and it could be a well-known person. So you'll see. It's coming. It's coming. So stay tuned for that.
He needs to come on the show. He needs to come on the show. It'd be really fun to talk to him.
I'm
Awesome.
trying, but scheduling is hard. But yeah, it's gonna happen. hopefully.
Fabio, 30 seconds for you. What's going on? Your new channel's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, just I'll be showing some of my collection, some pictures. I actually Dante sent me a one of the rotating what do you call it?
Rotating tables.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've been using that. I've been posting little videos on that. So the one big thing that I have coming is my full collection tour. Right now, I have like a little sample, quick walkthrough. It's missing a lot of figures. Actually, I didn't put them in that video, so just stay tuned for that.
All right, KG, what you got going on there?
Well, I've been absent from my channel for a couple of months because of school. I just started school, and finally this week I do have some time to make videos. And actually tomorrow I'm actually going live on my channel, 6:30 Pacific time. If you guys want to come and see my live stream. Yeah, I just that's pretty much it. Nothing else going on. Just hopefully live streams, maybe weekly, hopefully if I can find the time for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Brother Cousins.
Yeah, a lot of stuff coming. Still working on the Toy Stories 3-part trilogy that I'm working on. That's coming down the pipe. Like Dante said, I got Iron Patriot coming at some point. A bunch of reviews and a bunch of other just announcement videos and a lot of other fun stuff coming up. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I got a lot of cool things coming up as well, along with a new show that I'm going to be doing with my friend Dante for the Man of Hot Collectibles called The Star Wars Show. And you can look for that debuting next week. Sometimes it'll be live. Sometimes it'll be pre-recorded. This first one will be pre-recorded. We're going to talk a lot about Star Wars on there, like we did tonight. Shows like the Book of Boba Fett, shows like the Lando series, shows like the upcoming Ahsoka, so on and so forth. And what does that mean for Hot Toys? So you don't want to miss the Star Wars show coming at you real soon for sure. Look, this was a lot of fun.
Definitely.
I felt like I got drunk on a lot of coffee tonight with all that, with all this Book of Boba Fett stuff. Everyone's hyped up, but look, it's coming, baby. It's coming. I'm glad we talked about Mickey Mouse as well. But listen, here's how I'm going to end it because we are live. I don't always buy coffee out. But when I do, I buy from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends. Take care. See you soon. A lot of fun.